Okay, so I think we're up.
Okay, we're about to start the stream. Is it live?
Yep.
Can you check to see if it's working?
Oh, is it?
You can. Hey, baby.
Baby.
Do you see that?
I got a notification on my phone.
What did I do?
I do.
Okay, smart. Alright, I love you.
Alright, I think we're good.
Yeah, it's like a few seconds behind.
Yeah, of course.
Like 5 seconds actually, but
Yeah. Alright, cool. Well, I think we're all ready then. So let me come over. Alright, so last session the Strikes-In Company until you guys come up with a name. You guys traveled topside finally after a very long needed rest after your battle within each other. Callan immediately got cozy in a pub named the Matchsticks, while the rest of the crew traveled towards the King's Keep to visit Melicroft's old friend and mentor, Shalane Vargas. Along the way, Cornelius decided he needed a new cape, so you stopped in with Nisha on Designer's Row to go ahead and place that order. Then you got in line to visit the keep. After waiting a few hours, only Melicroft and Inari were permitted.
sorry, y'all.
During the exchange with Shalane, Duchess Lenora Aztec entered the room and demanded that the blade be handed over to her. Reluctant, Inari handed over the blade, and both she and Melicroft rejoined the group at the Matchsticks, where you guys were able to play some fun games and gamble and drink away your evening. And you were able to cash in the bounty for the blade, collecting 2,500 gold pieces between the 8 of you. You guys traveled back to the Undercity, into Boss's HQ to rest, and awakened a bit more powerful than before, leveling up to level 4. Everyone experienced a shared vision of the Undercity being destroyed and burned to ash. Same as burned to ash and brought to life. We pick up this session immediately after that vision. But before we jump into it, did anyone have any questions on leveling up? Was everyone able to do that in D&D Beyond?
I'm doing it right now, so it should be fine.
Fucking guy, you got 2 weeks to
We all did it on last session.
You know, I can't give me. I'm gonna go home.
Perfect. Well, yeah. Everyone should have been able to select an ability score increase. Got a little bit more buff, a little stronger, a little wiser, depending on what you chose. But you all awaken to this vision.
Continue.
What's that buffness?
You got a little
I
one.
did increase my constitution. So.
Sorry, one of my gears misfired.
Guess it wasn't.
Yeah, you all awaken to that freaking noise.
Guess it wasn't sick.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys have this shared vision of the Undercity now being completely destroyed. You look around and just see the waterfall, or like the water dry up. You just see the sky up above with sort of dark maroon crimson clouds. You see the dusk and air around you is heavy with smoke. And then you come back and everyone's kind of waking up around the same time if you weren't up already. And looking around, realizing that you all shared a similar experience as before.
Do you have any idea what this is about? I mean, you're like leading the way in this, and all these fucking visions. What's up with that?
I'm so sorry. I don't know why you think it's my duty to do this. I didn't give us these visions.
get that, but in each one, you're standing in the front. There has to be some. I mean, does this have something to do with your god? Maybe you can ask her.
She's not quite the most responsive, but I can give it a shot.
All right.
And so I'll
Give it
give it a shot. Just, I'll sit there and close my eyes and just do one of the many hymns from my village, and chance to reach out to her and, just pray and say, after the hymns are over, Ertak, please guide me more through these visions. I don't understand what you're asking of me. I know destruction is coming, but I do not know what I'm supposed to do. And just see what happens.
Okay. Go ahead and roll D100.
No, that's a 90. Yeah, that's not happening.
You've never felt farther away.
Back to my clapping.
Okay, that's funny. You rolled a 90, I literally rolled a 100.
Really?
I think. Or that's a 10. I'm pretty sure that's 100. It's a 10 on the... Yeah, it's a 10 and a 0, so I'm pretty sure that's a 100.
Yeah, I think that's 100 too.
So, you fold your hands, sing your hymn. Is that what you call it?
Hymn.
Him. Sorry, yeah, him.
And-
Obviously, Tristan is not religious.
And await a response, and you just get a return of like a white noise, sort of.
Yeah,
you feel like there is a connection, but there's just no response.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm used to anyways. Like, yeah, just dialing up over here. Just never connects.
Yeah, that dial up internet.
Okay, so yeah, eventually after I give it probably 5 minutes of really trying to reach and it doesn't happen, just she's not the most responsive of individuals. She's neutral, so a lot of times she expects us to figure it out on our own. So we must figure it out on our own.
Okay. Well, what did everybody see in their part of the vision? Are they all exactly the same? Maybe we're all getting different details.
The purple smoke, the purple color, the Undercity was destroyed.
Yeah.
You said that you've had history with Lenora. Would she have any reason to destroy the Undercity?
If it is a threat to gaining power up there, maybe, but the only reason she caused the damage that she did was to cover her own tracks. That's why she did it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if destroying the Undercity would gain her more power. If it does, yeah, she would, is my guess. But destruction of an entire city, I don't know if she has that much power. At least not yet.
I'm not familiar with the workings of the city. Obviously, I'm very old compared to the rest of you. And I don't know much of your history, but do we think with all of the changing in your government that a war might occur? I mean, how are the inner workings between the territories right now?
I have a quick
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Teacher, so correct me if I'm wrong. When I was listening back to the previous session, so she, it seems like Lenora and her family, her dad's the head of the militant.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the 4 families of the different, the 4 areas of Udura that could be the Elder King.
That's true.
Okay. So it wouldn't be possible for her to be that unless there was some sort of
It has never happened before.
Okay.
It's always been one of the 4.
That's what I thought. Okay. I just wanted to
Mainly
clarify.
one of the 3 since the Punatera.
Punatera have never been the...
Yeah, they've never expressed interest or accepted the throne.
Okay.
Do the shared images or particular cataclysmic events trigger any kind of memory for me as far as stuff that I've read about or heard?
Make a history check.
Right.
She's gonna have to stab a lot of people in the back to have that come to fruition.
I don't think it's quite isolated to just the back. That was a probably particular experience of my own. I'm sure the front would do just well.
Sure, actually, it's a great point. She could stab people in the front as well.
She can also be quite persuasive. So my guess is she's working on rallying people that would be able to help her do that kind of damage, if that is her plan.
What was your roll?
It was a big 4.
Whapping them. Oh.
Woo!
Well, not surprisingly, after that roll, you don't remember anything from your history.
We're off to a great start,
Your
y'all, with
learnings.
our rolls.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't you say your sister was your twin?
Yes.
I don't know much about twins, but I have heard that they can kind of sense things like at the same time, like with twin telepathy. Have you ever experienced anything like that with your sister? To see if she's still around, still here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a shade question.
Yeah.
Shade, can I do that with my sister?
Hell no.
I didn't think so.
Have I seen stuff like that with my twins?
No.
Oh yeah, it works all the time with all
That's
of them.
that's some Fey bullshit. I don't think that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Thought I could ask.
I think that's a common misconception of twins. Lots of myths and legends are typically associated with twins, but that's not always the case. But thanks for trying.
She's trying to be nice.
Her manners are fantastic.
Oh,
Thank
yes. It's fine. Isadora likes it already.
So, but yeah, I mean, in any of these visions, do we, we seen anybody in particular in these visions? Everything's
Just you. The first vision, you were flying,
right.
and the vision ended as you saw purple haze and a cloud of smoke and dust. And as you got closer, you realized that one purple haze started to separate into dozens and hundreds and thousands of pairs of eyes that seemed to have a purple
You too.
glow, and then that's when you woke up.
Okay. I mean,
Would
yeah.
your sister maybe know anything about any of this?
In my time, me and my sister were close, but separated often. We went down different paths with my people in the High Order. So what knowledge that she gained through her studies are different from mine. She could possibly, but I do not know. I do know that Shark, your friend, he mentioned that someone of my kind may be located on Mason Row. I don't know where that's located, but we could search for her. I want to find her anyways, so that would be quite helpful.
I mean, if you're in this vision, at least what I'm seeing, at least in the first one, is that you're leading the way. I mean, if it's a twin, maybe it's your sister, maybe it's not you. I don't know, but
Oh, she looks nothing like me.
oh,
She's blonde, right?
She is blonde.
Well, that
She's
narrows it
very
down.
beautiful.
okay. Well, never mind. But regardless, maybe she knows something we don't.
I will say, there's the two of us, the Guardians. She is the savior per our tribe, so she may be able to assist us. Stabbing the back isn't quite nice, I will say, not savior material,
I was going to say, do you want her to help?
but
It's actually the opposite of saving somebody.
yes, but a part of me is hoping this dagger had her under control, like we've seen to be happening, and so it'd bring me much comfort if that is the case. So maybe that is in fact true. How she was able to separate from the dagger, I do not know, but she may have some of the answers we're seeking.
Are you and your sister considered royalty in your culture?
No, so royalty is something you other races tend to be very fond of. We think of the High Order as someone who guides through the way of Eratok. You know, we are a giving society, so we just meet everyone's ends. You know, everyone, if they need food, the farmers provide the food. We have carpenters who create the furniture. We give to all, so none of us are in need. But we don't seek past our needs.
It sounds terrible.
It's quite wonderful.
Said the citizen.
There are perks to not being a citizen fairy.
I get it. I've been there. But not a
I would-
mindset I want to have anymore.
I would say if we are trying to locate your sister, it might behoove us to check back in with Shark, considering he said to meet with him in a couple of days, and I have information I would like to receive from him as well. If he's heard any word of your sister being about, that might be a good place to start.
We can do that.
So Shark, and then possibly Mason's Row.
In the library.
And we definitely need to visit the library.
Okay.
Reading it is. All right.
Can you check out books at your library? Like, do they have a card that I have to write my name down on? Or?
It's more so of a repository of information that one can spend the time in to get what they need from it. It is not like, say, your local public library, which should be embraced
Taking an
by
awful
all.
long time to say
But-
no, Bellatrix.
No, you can't check out books from there.
I
No.
do appreciate that, thank you. I was more looking for something I could go away with, so I wouldn't return it.
Y'all's societies are quite baffling. Y'all are so wary of people not providing back. Shouldn't we give to receive?
Well, in a perfect society, yes. Unfortunately, people are predisposed to serving their own ends, especially in the culture we find ourselves in today.
The world's come to, what's that word that y'all use? Shit.
Have you seen me? I'm gonna spread my wings out. They're all like shredded and
Yeah, like creeks.
yeah.
I just thought that's how you look. I've never met another one of you. Or you.
Me either.
Or you. So, I just assume this is normal.
I would say we're all pretty far from normal, but I guess back to being inconspicuous.
So do we,
All right.
for sure, real quick, decide that that's going to be our name, the Inconspicuous
I like
8, or
it.
did we have something else in mind?
I like it, but if,
Okay, I'm down for it if anybody, unless somebody else.
I mean, I don't like it.
Okay.
It's fine.
all right.
Inconspicuous 8.
I'll just get ready when we leave. I'll, put my ears down and my tail in.
Yeah, does anyone else become inconspicuous before
Oh
leaving?
yeah, no, I definitely do because I think when we met Shark the first time, I looked human with like blonde hair, so I'm gonna go with that as well.
Do you remember exactly what you look like?
Yeah, I had the same attire on, but I just had regular human ears, same haircut and everything, but I was just like my skin tone, I guess, and blonde.
Okay.
When you do that, I'm gonna, because it just dawned on her.
Could you look like anybody?
If they appear to be about my same size, yes, I think so.
Could you look like my sister?
Do I have to know what they look like?
If I describe it to her.
I
I mean,
Are you using disguise self?
no, I'm a changeling.
Oh.
So I mean,
Yeah, but it uses kind of the same principle.
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, you'd have to know what they look like, or someone can try to.
well, I
give
guess
you-
I do know what she looks like.
she
Yeah,
looks
you
like
can give-
me,
you
but
can
with
give a
blonde
description.
hair.
You can give a description and you can try, but
I mean, really,
That-
the facial's going to be the same.
Okay, so-
the eye color's going to be different. The hair's going to be slightly different, but
So basically, she looks like you, but blonde hair.
blonde hair and blue eyes.
And blue eyes.
And her tail and her ears are also white.
Like her hair?
Well,
Or like yours?
what color are your tails? Red and black.
Okay.
Her white and black.
White and black.
Like
Okay.
black tips.
Got it.
So TBT.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try and do that. And see if I can't. So I guess I'd be basing it off of, I'm gonna appear like her.
Yeah, so you really
And
don't
if
look
I
like
and if
me.
I have to do her completely first, and then I feel like I would like then look at her and change the blonde and be like
And the eyes.
and
Okay.
ask her if
Yeah,
this is like the
we're
right
gonna
blonde
like
or blonde
critique
blonde.
this and like
Lighter or darker.
Okay.
Then do the same thing with my eyes.
Do like
Yeah.
a little.
Yeah, go ahead and make a performance check.
Shit. Okay.
I mean, can I assist? Because like I'm critiquing.
Yeah,
throughout
you
the
can.
process.
You can
Yeah.
definitely do this as an assist roll, since
Ooh, I
you're
have a
giving her the
+6.
description. You're
Oh,
giving her the
you're gonna be
description.
fine.
Well, I'm not
Ooh,
helping.
I got a 25.
Oh, I'm not helping. I don't think she needed it.
Dang, you got 25. No worries. Oh, man.
I guess I thought performance might be beneficial as a changeling, so I guess I.
That's
Like,
probably
right.
smart.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think you've used it twice now, so.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, there's two of them now, dude.
You guys watch as Isadora's shape sort of transforms a little bit broader in the face. Some of that kitsune facial structure. Your hair blonde, as you were already disguised as. Are you doing the disguise with the ears and the tails, or you're doing a full thing?
Full thing.
So
Yeah, full thing.
So you pop out 9 tails behind you
Oh yeah, fucking my sister.
with the ears and the slight snout of your face.
Okay, and
She
then
was
like,
a long sister the whole time.
Is this accurate?
I'm just gonna assume it looks perfect.
Okay.
So I'll be like,
Her name's Ikari, right?
Akari.
Ikari.
Akari, yeah. Inari and Akari.
Not confusing at all.
No one struggled in my village.
Maybe just me.
Well, this is perfect. This is the best way. You can just walk around when I'm looking for my sister and be like, have you seen this woman?
So I'm like the model.
Yes.
I did not ask why you needed me to do this before I did it. So I just did it.
This is wonderful.
So I'm the model. Okay.
Thank you
I can
so
do this.
much.
No
I
problem.
don't have to draw a picture now.
Do we know what associations your sister has made while she's been here in the city? Perhaps it might not be the smartest thing to just parade her around.
Well, why would I know? I've been stabbed in the back for 600 years.
She could have stabbed in the front.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to walk around like this all day, just for future reference.
Just out of
But now I
curiosity,
know I can do it.
just out of curiosity, do you have like a Rolodex of people that you just can change into, or do you run out?
How many times a day can you do this?
I'm gonna try and change into Cornelius.
Don't you dare!
Just to see if I can do it and make him scared.
With or without the cape?
No cane.
No boots.
So actually, you can choose with your shift weave if you want to do the whole outfit.
Oh yeah.
Should do it with
Hold
the
on.
cape.
You should do it. Do a whole
I'm gonna shift for you.
I was gonna make a nice clip for her, but now she's gonna be me.
Sure, why not? I'll do my shift weave and turn it to the outfits as well. Or just turn it into his outfit as well.
So you see the facial hair grow, the mustache,
Don't you?
the
No.
glasses,
Just slowly but
the
surely.
sleek Tony Stark looking pirate, if you will.
You a witch? But
Fairy's dying laughing, but trying to hold it in.
once it's
So
all
you
done,
see
I'll
her
be
ring
like, you know what? You are one handsome bastard. It's creepy.
And you also see, after the clothing has sort of morphed to what looks like yours, you see unraveling like a red carpet, just rolling in the back, a glistening red paper.
Oh.
Figures. Although, much like her sister, you may not want to go around bruising as me. Although this would be a really fun way to get back at some of the people who might have a little bit of money to here and there by fucking with them.
I could probably help with that, yes.
Yes.
This is
The-
the most
I
wonderful
can't do
skill.
anything with your
Take
staff.
his finger, you know what I'm saying? But can you do that at will?
Yes,
All the time?
all the time.
Well, that's one neat trick.
Mm-hmm.
Can definitely fuck around with some people on that one.
Or take care of the things that maybe we need to. You know,
Yeah, always down to business, Isadora?
I guess not always, but I just don't want to be in any danger.
Yeah. You're probably
But
less
we can
danger
fuck around
being,
with some people if it's not dangerous.
probably less danger being me than her sister. I couldn't tell you. Do I know where Mason Street is?
Mason Row.
Mason Road?
Mason's Row,
Mason's Road?
I think, is proper. Just who takes notes might know better.
Okay, so you actually would not be able
Yeah.
to take the form of an Ari or Akari.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, it specifically says under Shape Changer you can't duplicate the appearance of an individual you've never seen, and you've never seen Akari. You've seen her twin,
Oh.
but you've never seen Akari.
Okay.
So-
So I can only do
So
you.
it's not like one of the performance checks where you can describe it. You know,
Mhm.
like when you're doing like a
Disguise self.
disguise self, or if you're trying to do like remember a certain tree that you're walking
Mhm.
through, etc. Like you can't do that.
Got it, okay.
With this one specifically,
Is
because this
she-
is like
That's
a
fair.
trait.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, or I'm curious, is she able to, because technically Akari's gonna have slightly different features of me. Is she
Mhm.
able to look like me and just change the hair color so it's close enough? Or is that
So-
still not really?
So this isn't disguise self. Disguise self, you can do that. Shape
Oh, okay.
changer is you take the form of another person.
Oh,
so that's,
okay.
that's why this is a character. It's like a
You can't alter it at all.
yeah, it's a trait of her race.
Okay.
So it's a little bit kind of dumbed down, so it's not too
Different.
powerful.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you don't have to cast the spell to do it, or else she could just
Okay.
be constantly changing her.
That
Yeah.
makes
So
sense.
she has to change. So she can
To
definitely do him.
Okay, but to
And
someone
any
that
of
I've
you-
seen.
Yeah, but
And it
yeah.
could just be like a random person that I've seen before. It doesn't
Absolutely.
have to be someone that I've like met. And, okay.
All
Were
it
you
says-
in
all it
line
says
with
is
us
your
when
form
we
had-
went to the library?
No.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
have been.
No, I went ahead and just said that I went with Callan in my head, like when he
Dang it.
separated. Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
But also-
why?
Also, keep in mind that it is kind of like disguise self, where like your form. I'm reading it straight off the page.
Yeah,
so your
okay.
form must have the same basic arrangement of limbs that you have.
Okay.
So
You couldn't have the tail.
you couldn't have the tails.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
You don't have a tail, right?
No.
Okay. I had to just check. I was
No,
like, wait.
don't have a tail.
For some reason, I just picture you with this little.
No,
Yeah,
you're
totally.
like,
Yeah.
That'd be kind of
um,
Right.
Okay, but yeah, but I just like do the
Just
ears. If
You
I
could
wanted
do
to.
probably
Yeah.
ears because
Yeah.
you have ears. But
Got it,
yeah.
okay.
Well, there you go. If it makes it any better, you would have done her, and I'm like, oh, that helps us. Now there's two of them. We have no idea. You turn around.
But it does also change your voice, so you can sound like them.
Oh. Okay, great.
Go ahead,
Well,
big
that'll
shot.
be.
Yes, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Anyways, I did look in my notes, and I put Mason's Row. Melicroft doesn't know the location, but it does ring a bell for him.
Okay.
So I don't know that any of us know the exact location. If he doesn't, that's
Does
all I got from Mason's
I mean,
Row.
if any of us are familiar with the area, can we do a check for it for Mason's Row?
like a general vicinity?
It's up top, right?
It's up top.
Would I have gone across Mason's Row with my uncle at some point now?
Probably not. But you
Not the red
can.
light district, is it?
Let me roll. No, it's definitely not.
Oops, 20.
No, you probably haven't had any familiarity with it. But you can try asking around and see if anyone
Yeah.
knows.
We can go back to Shark. I mean, we're going there anyways.
He
now.
kind of sort of told you guys where. Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But didn't he kind of sort of tell you guys where it was, or did he just say Mason's Row?
That is a. Let me check back on that episode to remember.
Same.
So,
Well, it seems like
I'll
all
ask the
of, our,
encyclopedia.
yeah, encyclopedia.
all of our immediate questions could be answered by Shark.
That's
so
true. I'm sure he'd be willing to tell
He
us where
could tell
Mason's
us,
Row
yes.
is.
We may want to pay him a visit.
All right.
On a very separate side note, now that I've noticed you have this very intriguing skill, do we want to gather that? We have someone that can impersonate others, which
Figure
might
it
be
out.
able to get to the dagger.
If that is an option, just to get it away from Lenora, I would say we can take it, but I don't know if we're going to get another opportunity to get that close to her. But if we do, it's definitely worth it to think about.
Would you be willing?
Yeah, if she's willing. If you're willing, Isadora.
I wish I would have seen Lenora.
Yes, I do wish you came in line with us. So sorry.
He found me.
I've got a question. Lovely work on the cape and all that. But if somebody were to wear armor, could you make it look like armor and feel that way? I'm thinking maybe we could impersonate one of Inari's guards. If we needed to, yeah.
Do they look like the militants in general? I do have, because I was about to say, one of my shift is like a militant outfit, but it's just a regular militant.
I wasn't in the room. I was just thinking the only way we can get closer by that nature if we ever see her out in public.
You guys who were in the line saw the guard because they walked
Right,
across the
yes.
bridge. And if you
He was in a
remember,
darker, not the rose
if you remember,
gold.
it was not the rose gold. It seemed like a personal militant detail. So it was
So
like
I have the regular militant outfit that I could do, but
No, they're wearing something different.
well, I could if I see it, then I could swap some outfits out. My shift leave, and then I'd be able to do it.
For tomorrow.
Yeah, for tomorrow.
Okay.
It's good to think about.
Well, we'll keep this in mind and, see what resources and we can do from there. All right. I suppose let's go to Mr. Sharks.
Let's go through Shark.
All right. To the afterthought.
perfect. Yeah. Also, Adam left a comment saying that table is going to be the big bag evil guy of Arcane.
Between this table and this chair, there's a lot of pain going on.
Cool. So, first thing in the morning, you guys go to a bar.
I would say that's not out of character at all.
I was gonna be like,
Party.
is this not cool?
So you walk across. The interesting part of the Undercity is that besides your
We've got
Just keep going.
besides your own like internal clock, it's really difficult to tell time here because the only light you get is filtered through a waterfall. And so whether it's sunny outside or it's nighttime, you're getting moonlight reflected down. It's really hard to tell. It's always dark. But because of how tired you were and about how long it takes you to typically get rest, it's the morning time. Unsure exactly what time, but you walk back towards the afterthought. Who's leading the way? Boss? Okay. Can you make a perception check for me?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to take a cursory glance at the Fane passing by as well.
8.
God, we're doing great, guys.
Nice. Malikoff, go ahead and make a perception check as you walk by.
Still eat bad boys in the drawer.
I'm just very focused on getting to the afterthought.
That's going to be a 17.
That's better.
That's good.
You too. Keep it up.
Yeah, as you glance over, you notice that the Fane that a couple days ago you guys visited, seems to be for the most part looking totally okay. No issues.
Do I see any of Shark's guys around it? Or
Not right now. No.
okay. I just wanted to glance through the window, see if I see anything. I was gonna come actually go through it later, but
Yeah, if you're walking up, going through the window, make an investigation check as you peek through.
yeah, it's gonna be a 6.
Everything looks, for the most part, how it looked when you were there last.
So nobody's heard it at all. That's good.
Yeah, and I don't see anybody else hanging around. I'd still like to check in with Shark about it. But yes, I'll come back and spend some time here later.
Okay. So travel up the road towards the afterthought. it does not seem as lively as the last time you were here. From the outside looking in as you approach, there seems to be maybe a handful of people total inside the building. However, you do hear towards the top, you hear sort of like a soft, like rhythmic drum beating, and then it stops, and you hear like a short cheer, and crowds like going crazy. So it went from being incredibly quiet and then everyone cheering up at the top of the building, but inside in the bottom, there's not much going on.
Do we remember what the top of the building was used for? Because the different
Do you
levels. I don't remember. Hannah doesn't remember.
Then no, I don't think you do.
Okay.
As we enter, I'm gonna look at
Talking about the building.
Caehanna
we came in.
and just be like,
This is the training ground.
No crying this time, okay?
I'm not blue this time. I'm yellow. So, no crying on my part.
So-
you not cry when you're
So
yellow?
duh.
No?
Okay.
What other colors can you change? Lots
I
of
can
changing
green
between
and
us.
red.
Green and red. What's green do to you?
Oh, green is one I'm not very fond of. It makes me very cheerful and happy.
You're not fond of that?
No.
That sounds like a great kind to me. I don't
It's
think
okay,
I've
I'm
ever
on
seen
her
you
side
green.
about the cheerful and happy.
The last couple years has turned me more on the aggressive, angry side.
What's red?
Oh, red. Hold on.
okay,
I can't remember that one.
okay.
Are you angry right now?
No, I'm not angry.
First hit. You know what? I'm scrapping the table. I thought maybe you like more space over here. Just gonna give myself a
Okay.
park lounger, set it back while just.
Red is peaceful.
Okay.
Well, I can relate to the last few years being difficult, so I'm with you on that.
Maybe
But I was
more
born- I was
stressful
born- I was
situations
born
will
yellow,
be peaceful.
so this is my
Normal state?
yes.
I will say, Caehanna, this morning when you awoke, after the dream, after the vision, you do feel this pull and this urge to be red.
Oh. Okay.
Even Heather was like, oh.
All right.
There's something about this day that makes you feel more red than any other of your colors.
Okay. Well, on that note, I will look at Nari and say, you know, for some reason, I'm feeling the urge to be red today.
Okay.
So I will change my color to red. And then I'll do my thing and shimmy down to red.
Okay. You just turn red, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I turn
really okay.
So when you change, because Eladrins are kind of different depending on like what you want them to look like. Sometimes you keep the similar skin tone, but you change your like hair and eyebrow color. Sometimes you change your skin, and all your other traits stay the same. How do you, when you change from blue to yellow to red, what, like, does your whole outfit change? Does your just your skin? What changes about it?
My outfits will stay the same. My skin changes along with my eyes. Well, because my eyes are yellow, and then when I change blue, they turn blue. When I turn green, they turn green.
Yeah, no, I was laughing because Adam in the chat said Caehanna's like a mood ring.
You stop tree.
So, I mean, I still look the same. My hair is still the wild curly
Okay.
hair.
It's just the color change.
It's just my color.
Just like your like different hues of that color.
Yes.
Cool. So
Some
like
different
red skin,
hues of-
like soft red hair.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, my eyes are red now, whereas
Okay.
they were yellow before, and my eyes are like shiny, and like bright.
Okay.
Versus like a normal elf, where they're just like they don't shine.
Okay. No, yeah.
But yeah, but now they're red, and I'm just hues of like red and just think of autumn.
Hannah's getting like Procreate ideas over here.
I totally am. I don't like open up Procreate just because I have
I know that look.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys watch.
And I will note
change.
that I am still wearing that fine silk dress I was wearing yesterday. I have not changed my clothes.
Oh, she's working it. Okay.
Well, I changed because we were going to sleep.
No,
And we just came back to get a rest, and I just haven't changed clothes yet because I know we're going back up there at some point. So I'm like, I don't want to change again.
Well, you didn't change your PJs last night?
No.
Slipping the gown.
So it's still that silk blue dress I'm wearing, which Isadora will know because she's seen me.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been here.
Anybody else that would like to share with the party if they can change their looks?
Wish I could.
Okay.
So just I
I
could.
was actually thinking the same
We
thing.
can't.
Unless you can change some shit.
Yeah, the new team name, the Shape Changers.
Yeah,
Has
right.
some ability.
Not much to me. Ear, no ear. Ear, no ear.
I can become an asshole anytime I want.
I thought you were all the time.
Shows how good I am. Anyways, where are we?
Mr. Sharp.
So-
Alright, so walking into the
Yeah, you guys go inside. Like I said, there's like a handful of people here. Some of the people you recognize from the few days ago when you were in the bar, but no one that stood out. Just kind of regulars, I guess. What do you do?
go peek around to Shark's office, go back to the same place that we normally do.
Shark's office door is closed.
Do we not knock?
We had to wait in line before.
Yeah, I mean, we can knock, see if he's available.
Having
No response.
I was gonna say, having done as many renovations as I have to this place, I would believe Belcroft would know the layout, right? There's pleasure. Is there like a fighting ring up top? Is that right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Would I know if Shark tends to oversee that during the day, or if it's just before he'd be in the shop?
I don't think you would know necessarily.
Yeah.
That's more of a unless you were ever involved in the fighting rings, which didn't sound like Melicroft.
No.
So I don't know.
Maybe fixing them up, but
Maybe Cal.
He just,
Oh,
he just
yeah.
fixes the ring after it's
yeah.
Got your hammer and nails for all the destruction afterwards.
It may very well be too early for Shark to be here. I don't know if he oversees any of the festivities up top, but we could always go take a look up there. It sounds like there might be a bout going on at the moment.
Oh, what?
Fight.
Why?
Money. They bet on who's gonna win.
I would say
Why?
for money and for fun.
Yeah, why?
Fighting is fun.
For
Well,
some people watching.
Yes.
Sometimes for the people fighting.
Yeah. I like to watch fights sometimes.
The only fighting we did in my village is for protection, not for sport.
They're protecting their honor.
Probably weren't very good at it then.
and for some people, that's
Do you want to test me?
No, I'm good. I was just thinking, it seems like if you only fight for protection, that means you never roughhoused with siblings or something of that nature. You and your sister never got into a few tiffs before the final jab.
Like I said, my sister is deemed the savior while I was the destroyer. No one ever fought me.
You didn't have somebody labeled like the fighter or something?
No.
Why were you named the
Everybody has a
destroyer?
title.
It was per our sacred ritual. A guardian comes to replace the previous after they've passed. It's just custom.
But destroyer sounds bad.
It does, but it really just means that we destroy all that come to the village to destroy us. Protector might be a better phrasing for your kind.
Okay.
It does.
That makes more sense.
Thank you.
After a moment of you guys deliberating, you kind of watch over as Callan like. Yeah, I've definitely fought up there a bunch. Nobody asked me.
Yeah, we know. I would imagine at some point Melicroft and I probably had to drag his ass out of the fighting rings at some point.
You win some, you lose some.
Callan, you seem particularly high today. Like you're not quite here.
Life is kind of an illusion, man.
I feel like maybe he's projecting.
Yeah, Callan is definitely a little bit more high than usual. He says, we gotta celebrate.
Okay.
Well,
we just got, we
He
gave the
didn't spend all
dagger, we
of
got
this.
2,500 gold.
No, we got 2,500 gold.
Yeah. I have
yeah,
like
yeah,
357 gold. I was part of this.
And I got 80 gold from somebody just because I lied to him.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
That was a little fucked up.
Oh yeah.
The fact that I still didn't gamble it, okay? I'm getting better.
Getting better.
I'd like to see you go 30 days.
Without spending money.
What is this, a competition?
Without gambling.
Without gambling?
Or without caring about
I
money.
bet you I can't.
Just like that one.
She started a bet with a gambler.
I'm gonna go look upstairs. Clonk, clonk,
Yeah,
clonk,
we'll
clonk.
follow up.
I follow.
So, one loud footstep after another follow Bellicroft up the first flight of stairs, and you're hit with this aroma of lavender and spices. Almost seems to cover up other smells as you walk through.
It's almost gonna burn Inari's nostrils because her senses are so heightened. Like it's painful. It's like taking a sniff of cumin. It's like, oh my god. Cumin. Yeah, so for her it's like she's gonna kind of try to cover, like to get the smell away from her because it's real kind of almost painful to her, the heightened smell in there.
I'll hand you a rag. Want to tie this over your face?
Sure.
Your hair's not gonna work.
And so put her around very confused on how to do this, that it looks a little like
I have my scarf, I'll pull it over just to show you.
okay.
How you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank
So-
you for your generosity.
You guys walk through this haze of morning smells, and you walk through this long hallway with doors on your left and right to the next set of stairs that take you up to the third floor, and this is where typical gambling is taken to the most extreme, where you can quite literally bet your life in one of these fights. You walk up and there's a crowd of dozens, 3-4 dozen people in a large circle around this sanded floor where there's essentially the wall is just made of people surrounding, and in the middle you see this full-size orcish man fighting 3 humans, just fisted brawling, and you're watching as one human jumps up and the orc just grabs his face, throws him to the ground. One tries to jump on his back and you watch him flip him over and slam him down and step on his chest, and you're just watching this orc pummel these 3 dudes, and after the last one makes his attempt towards this brute, you watch him just give one fast elbow and the guy just knocks back unconscious, and the crowd erupts in cheers, and you start seeing the bookkeepers start to collect the coin, and you see these little slips of paper being passed around as Shark steps to the middle of the circle, I guess you could call it, and you hear him announcing to the crowd the next fight. He's like, well, that wasn't much of a competition, but this next one might be pretty good. A little spicy, because we got a battle of the gangs. And you see him wave over his right hand, and he says, how about a couple of the locals? And you see a couple of the gang members that you saw in the church, or sorry, in the afterthought the first night that you arrived, that one of which got into words with
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Cornelius. I can't either.
I thought it started with a D or something, but I don't know. If that's
I don't know if his name was shared. I think it was just he was one of the gang members. And then you see there's 4 of them, led by that individual, and then on the other side you see 2 members of the Silence, and they're these slender, tall, pale, elven drow elves, and they just sort of look over in unison at Shark and nod at the same time, and then look towards the 4 of them. Shark's like, take your bets. It's 4 versus 2. You never know, these little Silence fucks, they scrappy, huh? So we'll do it as a 2-to-1 odds against them. Anyone want to take that bet? Anybody in the crowd?
I'm gonna look at Cornelius and Cornelius. You spent too much already. I wouldn't do it.
I was given this as a gift, so technically I don't even know it's in my pocket.
You don't get to borrow any of ours. You spend all
I've
of
got my
yours.
own money, Faye. Maybe on the Silence.
So everyone takes these bets, and you find one of the bookkeepers, and they give you a slip. It says 2-to-1 odds at 80 gold pieces, right? Payout of, what would that be, 160?
Yeah.
And the fight begins. You guys watch as the Silence just, as puffs of smoke, almost like constant misty step, just poof behind one and like quick jab to the throat, poof behind another one, kick them in the back of the leg, poof into another one, and within a matter of seconds, within practically 2 rounds of combat, all 4 of the I can't remember the other gang. Oh my goodness. What was the gang that you created for the...
Yeah,
You can't either? This is
I
great.
can't either. Yeah.
This is awesome.
Fuck.
It was...
I can look it up.
Yeah.
I have
The world building.
Hemlocks. It was the
Hemlock. Yeah,
Yeah.
the hemlocks.
Sorry, that wasn't something I created. It was Hannah.
Yeah.
So, the Hemlock gang members, within seconds, all of them bleeding, passed out, unconscious on the ground, and the 2 Silence just stand back in front of Shark, and they give him that same nod. He says, "What do you know? I guess we needed more."
What do you know? I guess I needed more.
Shark sees you in the crowd, and he's like, "My friend, welcome back."
Glad to be back, Shark.
What do you say we test your might in the ring?
Oh no, you know me, I'm more of a gambler, not a fighter.
Well, you're in the right place nonetheless. He said, "Let's take a quick intermission, clean up the blood, resand the pit. We'll be back in 10 minutes." And Shark kind of lumbers off. And the crowd sort of dissipates, goes back downstairs for drink refill. And you just made 160 gold pieces.
You're...
Are you supposed to go clean up the blood now?
I'm mainly here for when I do help out. It's the structural and you see that board over there is cracked. That's not going to keep anyone's shin safe in that condition. I'll get to that later. Right now we need to talk to Shark though.
Yeah, can we see him where he's lumbering?
Yeah, he started to go down the stairs, seemingly to get a refreshment.
Okay. I'll follow.
Yeah. Follow suit.
See if we can catch up.
Yeah, you guys are easily able to catch up. He's not trying to hurry. You guys grab him before he makes it down that first flight of stairs into the long hallway. Yeah, what can I do for you?
Hey, Shark.
Hello.
Well, we wanted to check in since it's been a couple of days on if you had any word on Melicroft's.
Oh, the little lovebirds.
Yeah.
Yes.
He kind of looks over his shoulder. Yeah, it's probably best we talk in the office.
Yeah.
if you don't mind following me downstairs.
Absolutely. Clang, clang.
Yeah, you guys get downstairs. He unlocks the door to his office. You guys step in, and he says, "Yeah, what He leans forward, like he doesn't even sit at his desk. He just kind of puts his hands on it and kind of leans in. What kind of trouble did you guys get into? Who did you piss off?
No one that we're aware of.
Is this concerning my friends from the Fane?
Let's say yes.
I've pissed off quite a number of people.
I've never pissed off anybody.
I believe that. You seem delightful.
Thank you.
What about you?
I've pissed off just the right amount of people. There might be more on the more side.
What have I heard about this encounter with Lady Aztec?
Fuck.
I
Well-
didn't hear nothing, but I may have heard something.
I'm assuming what you didn't hear is that myself and Inari were cornered in my associate's office and made to relinquish the item that we recently came into possession of. Turns out that she was the one who hired Morris and the
What?
Benedictos to find the yeah.
Wow.
I know this is terribly shocking. I know.
This is fundamentally life-changing information.
Truly, it is.
I'm sorry to shock you.
Yeah, we did our best not to piss her off.
How did that go? The not
It's-
pissing her off part.
It is so hard to tell with Lenora at all times.
She seemed quite well to me. We didn't die.
That I was able to figure out, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She got the dagger, and we were paid.
Hey, that's my favorite sort of transaction, right?
I feel you.
Yeah. So she has the dagger now. Not much we could have done about that one at the moment.
No, there's not, huh? Yeah, so I guess my question, back to the original inquiry of who the fuck did you piss off, is why do they want you dead?
Yes, if we're speaking of the cultists, well, it could be because they failed to kill me the first time they tried, or it could be that I branded 3 of their ilk, and they are walking this earth, bearing the mark of Frey's forgiveness, and I will brand each and every one of them I get the chance to encounter. So I would assume that they're less than thrilled with me, and if things are going the way that I hope that they are, they're looking for me, which is exactly what I want to be happening, although the collateral damage is less than ideal, and that will need to be forgiven as well. So an organized group of, I'm using the term cultists, but I don't know, it's the group bearing a certain mark, and he'll have drawn it at this point and produced it if he didn't already draw it for Shark. Yeah, the people bearing that mark, yeah.
And he takes a look at the mark, just, Yeah, I'd consider them cultists as well. You know, sort of fanatics.
Yes.
I will say there's some dangerous motherfuckers, though.
The ones I've encountered before were certainly no, what are a cakewalk. It was not one of those.
No, you shouldn't be walking through cake around them.
Are those the people that want him dead?
1,000%, yeah.
Oh.
And I have reasons to believe that they came looking for their boy. And they thought, well, this loving and forgiving Melicroft of ours may have been at the Fane in the Undercity. We assuming that's what happened to your friends, the Lovewoods.
Oh, jeez.
I think they were just in the way, and they probably didn't have the answers that the Brotherhood was looking for.
Yeah. You said the Brotherhood.
The Astral Brotherhood, yeah, that's the marking, right?
What was that name one more time?
Astral Brother.
The Astral Brotherhood.
Astral Brotherhood.
You're telling me you haven't heard of them, but they're trying to kill you?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm one that's never heard of nothing either, so I understand.
No, I've never heard their name before. I have a feeling the first time we ran into each other, I was just in the way, but now I'm getting in their way, and that's on purpose. What do you know of this Astral Brotherhood?
I don't know nothing about nobody.
Well, assuming that you didn't know anything,
That's right.
what might have you not heard about them?
Listen, man, they sometimes paying customers, and it's not in my best interest to be talking about some behind their backs. You wouldn't want me talking about you to them, right?
That's fair, and they're
Yeah.
paying you?
I mean, they come to the bar, they pay me.
Oh, yeah.
They fight, they pay me. They make me a lot of money in the fights.
How often do they come to the bar?
I mean, they were here about a week's back.
They happen to be here to fight today.
No, yeah, there'd be a crowd if one of them was here. One of those boys take on like 5 or 6 guys at a time. It's exciting.
Are they like normal human beings, or are they
Sure.
Goliaths, or...
Oh, they all mix.
Tieflings
There's
or
all a
something?
mix and match of them. They just they have a shared thought, you know, a dream, like all of us do.
Do you ever know what dream that is, Melicroft, or Shark?
I don't, and the ones that I've encountered thus far have not seen fit to divulge that information to me. How many different individuals of the Astral Brotherhood have you encountered, if you don't mind my asking?
I've only seen like 2 of them.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know too much. Honestly, I know I say this a lot, but I really don't know too much about them. Like, they've come in. You know, you overhear people talking, and my job is to know things.
Understood.
You know, I need to know what's going around down here to keep the peace.
How much would a name cost to talk to the ones you do know?
What does that mean?
If you were to, you don't want to tell us who it is. So if I were to purchase from you the name of one, would that be acceptable? One of the ones that maybe comes here, so that way next time we're around, if we're looking for this particular individual, we can talk to them about the Brotherhood. Maybe I would join them if their vision's the same thing as mine.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
We're doing well on the rolls. Wow, I had a natural 20 and then a 2.
Oh.
Wow,
For,
I'm pretty sure that's a 2. Persuasion 3.
Well, his
That's why I threw in that little money spot to see.
yeah,
Just free money for sure.
it's not free. Listen, here's the deal. If I was short on cash, then I'd have ways to make that back up, wouldn't you think? But one of the reasons that that people feel safe here in the Afterthought, in my bar, is that they feel like they can trust in the neutrality of this place. This conversation we're having never happened.
What conversation?
Exactly. So if some motherfucker comes in here a week later and says, "Was that fancy pants without a cape? Was he in here? What's his name? I'll pay you 1,000 gold pieces right now." Do you think I'd take that?
No, you would tell him unbelievably no, and you would say, and he had a cake the next day.
I would tell him all of those things. One, because I want you to feel safe coming back here. I'd also want that person to know that I'm not going to be freely giving out information about people's. I'm happy to help you find people. I'm happy to help out where I can, but when it comes to people's personal lives, regardless of how, from your perspective, evil they are, if they up to bad shit, they up to bad shit when they're not in my bar. If they trying to do some shit here, then they gonna have a problem.
Well, I was just merely asking because whoever this was, they had the name of the Fae, as well as my family's name on the piece of paper that was found. So it involves my family. You can understand the man for asking.
I could, and I'd respectfully ask you to find out on your own. Hold your own investigation.
Has anyone seen them in other parts of town within the week? I know you haven't seen them here within the establishment. But have they been seen anywhere?
I haven't been keeping tabs on them. I don't know. I didn't know I was supposed to be looking out for them.
No, you've provided me more than enough information that I've been looking for. I appreciate that, Shark. Also, have you seen this one? He'll gesture to an Ariana. She's doing something. He'll gesture to an. Have you seen any hide or hair of this one's sister, as we discussed last time?
Oh, yeah. Nah, I mean, listen, we've only really, seen one of the foxy ladies, on Mason's Row. We don't, they're not common.
Where is this Mason's Row? I'm not quite familiar with this city.
Oh, welcome back.
I had to get a drink. I'm quite parched.
I have good specials here today.
Yeah, I mean, Mason's Row is more of an understanding of a location, more than a marked street address. People know where it is, but it's hard to give directions there. You feel me? It's not the kind of place a lot of people stumble upon.
Why is that?
Just because of the big walls. Mason's Row, you see, is one of the pockets of, well, you might understand, my big metal friend. People like their religions around here. They're kind of going out of style with all the science, so anyone who can hold on to faith, they want it protected. So, Mason's Row, it's a blocked off community on the northern part of town by the water. Big red walls, hard to miss it. But just be careful. you don't wanna upset the wrong people by snooping. So
well, if it's a community of followers of faith, then I'm not surprised my sister would be there.
oh shit, the fights are going back on, guys.
Yeah.
Happy to continue. Melikov, you want to make some money? I think it'd be fun to watch people try to beat you up.
How much money?
I don't know. Your take of the winnings, we'll probably do like 5 versus 1 against you. They'll do a 5-to-1 odds. So 500 to every 100 gold pieces. You just gotta fight. You'll take home a 10% cut.
Is magic allowed?
No, it's brawler rules.
Is that even fair, considering that I can't remove the armor?
Why would that matter?
I'm just asking. I would hate to cause any unnecessary. Let me meditate on it, and I'll get back to you.
Anyone else want to make some money and fight without having to meditate on it?
No.
A bunch of fucking squares. Just kidding.
Wait for
We're
Evan's response.
Hold on.
No, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to roleplay a whole fight with him.
Next time.
Yeah, he would definitely jump on that if he was here. We'll just say he's too stoned to fight right now.
He's like staring at the
He doesn't even know a question's been asked to him.
Yeah, he's got the glow cap, just constant sparking up. Yeah, so he gets up and walks out. He's like, I need you guys to,
we'll leave.
Yep. And as you guys leave, he closes the door, locks it, goes back upstairs. After a few minutes, you hear the cheering again as he starts to make announcements. What's the plan?
Well, now you have answers as to the cultists coming to look for you.
Mm-hmm. And their name.
The branding was information we didn't know, Melicroft.
Yeah.
That's quite a forgiveness.
A few of my, I've encountered, I would say, 3 of these individuals one-on-one on my own free time, and have shown them the error of their ways. And it's something that I preferred to keep to my own business, but it would seem to be bleeding into my professional life as well as my personal life. But that is, one of my purposes of being in my current form is to track these people down and to forgive them.
Where do you forgive them? Where does the brand go?
Generally, over the mark, wherever they have it, or if I can't find it, their forehead.
Okay. I'm liking Freya's forgiveness a little more.
It's one of those. I can't really. It has to be the right time. Otherwise, I'm not going to just display this, on any random person that I meet. This is a very specific type of thing that I must accomplish in Freya's name. I've been given an entire life to do it with now. So if we encounter one or both of these individuals, then you will see it for all that it's worth.
Looking forward to it.
It seems customary to, take from the flesh of one's sins for forgiveness.
It is atonement and a reminder of the privileges that people often take for granted.
It's quite customary in my culture as well.
Mm-hmm. So I would definitely like to inquire more about these Astral Brotherhood members, and there might be information regarding that in the library that we need to visit. So I believe personally, my next stop may be that library. I want to see the Fane on my way back above ground, but don't let me stop anyone else from any business that they need to take care of. Mason's Row is still a place that we may want to investigate.
Yes, I definitely would still like to go there, whether you follow suit or not. But we can go to the library as well.
I'd like to get the pictures out of my head. That's my next step. So if we can make that happen, and if Mason's Row is how that happens, then...
Well, there may be information on that kind of thing at the library as well. I mean, it's a great repository of knowledge, so who knows what we'll find there.
I'm sure we have to get someone's cloak along the way.
I think we needed another day, right? 2 days?
2 days, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
been counting down the hours. 25 and a half hours. Okay. 25 and a half. One less hour. I'm waiting to go get my cloak. Don't worry.
Can wear one for you if it makes you feel any better.
No, it doesn't.
All right. Well,
Library?
someone lead the way.
I don't know where the library is, so...
It's your library.
All right.
City, right?
Yes, it will be on the island at King's Keep.
Thank you.
Do we need to wait in line again?
No, not anymore. You were there for the reinstatement.
Yes.
So
and
no lines.
What's the guard's
anymore.
name?
Jacob.
Jacob.
I might get to see Jacob again. He was quite kind and lovely.
Yeah, you're all looking at another citizen. Point to Melicroft.
Do we applaud? I do not
No.
applaud when you got your citizenship. I
Nope.
apologize.
It's not required. Some of us
It's customary.
don't dangle it about. As he says that, he'll just start walking away.
And he's just like, I suppose. I don't flaunt my citizenship. Yeah, I'm just flaunting everything.
Flaunt around.
That's good.
I'm a citizen. I'm proud to be.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, yeah, back to the surface.
Yeah.
Are you trying to go directly to the library, or is there anything else you're looking to do on the way?
I figure the library is probably on the way to Mason, right? Because it's in the middle.
Sort of.
Kind of. I mean,
So, again, if you were to pull up the map, where you guys are is pretty much directly west. There's kind of a blocked off section with all those purple buildings. That's the Baronisto's like training ground. It's huge, almost the size of the capital or the King's Keep. So to get there, there's two options: a southern or a northern gate. Last time I went to the southern gate down the main road. The Mason's Row, you heard Shark say, was at the north part of the town. So you can, it's just the problem going to the north gate is that there's a river. So you'd have to walk all the way up and then cross the bridge and walk all the way back down.
just around the river gate. I'm not seeing it.
Yay, map logistics.
Yay.
Okay. Let's see here. Where's she here? Well, we can hit the library first because that's obviously more people. It's easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
More. And then we'll hit Tristan's character story after.
Okay, so you guys pop back up to the surface. It's like the late morning, probably around 10 a.m. And you guys were here up top yesterday, and you noticed that there was a lot of, just typical busy work day throughout, but it was more of a weekend sort of vibe. This is the start of the new week. And not only the start of the new week, you guys see banners and giant posters all throughout the town celebrating the Harvest Fest, being the first day of harvest, the official first day of autumn.
Perfect. Got it. Tristan's slow as she picked it.
So there is people setting up for a weeks-long festival of harvest, of growth and prosperity and familial sharing, where the Redborough community sort of comes together and just pretty much parties for a week. People work all year. Essentially think of like 4th of July, but for a week. It's like just kind of like a relaxing, everyone's celebrating just being there. Everyone's just happy to be around. And that is Harvest Fest in a nutshell. Not a lot of shops are open during Harvest Fest. Not a lot of businesses function during their typical hours. It's mainly a spot for getting lit. Just straight drinks.
Is there like
cap,
food
drinks,
vendors like
everywhere?
all that? Okay.
Yeah, so Harvest
Well, I know
Fest.
businesses.
Yeah, Harvest Fest is naturally gravitates towards food and kind of shared supper, if you will. So everywhere you go, like a lot of the businesses are shut down so that they can provide their selected growth, right? Whether it's fresh fruits or vegetables or prime braised meat. Maybe
I'm picturing like Rapunzel, the movie from
Yeah.
Tangled.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's at all accurate. That's
That
kind of
sounds
like what I'm
right.
feeling.
Yeah.
but like citywide.
Yeah,
It's just
okay.
a giant festival. All of the main roads, so you see like there's a lot of like kind of small roads and alleyways, but all the big roads are pretty much set up for just parades to go throughout the entire town, all the way around the perimeter and around the circle drives. Those don't typically start until the end of the week. The first half of the week is a lot of just celebrating and just sharing. So everywhere you go, no one asks for money. you can just take food.
Let's go.
Everyone's like giving. So as you walk by, you keep like, even though it's the morning and people are setting up, they have like fresh, baked bread from that morning. They're, handing it, smiling, and offering. But yeah, which way do you guys go? Are you going up north and around, or are you going down to the south gate like you did last time?
I figured we'd go south gate and then back around and up, or what? I figured south gate would be the easiest way to get to.
So as you guys walk down that main road going west to east towards the gate where last time there was a pretty medium-sized line to get into the capital, today already very long line. You see people standing with baskets of food to share with the king or the lord of Redborough. You see a lot of people waiting in line to be able to give gifts to the crown.
At this point, as we walk to get there, at this point, Inari's stomach's just growling because we haven't eaten this morning. And
There's people offering.
Oh,
left and right.
So Inari, every single smell of meat, she just stops and grabs some and like salivating, like an animal, obviously, and then just next, like just candy store, just meat.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, again, these are people who have been prepping for this for like weeks, so there's a lot of long smoked, meats that have been smoking for 3 days over low heat, just absorbed with like mesquite flavor as you bite into it. And it's some of the most tender. You come from a community where food was just a matter of being. It wasn't necessarily celebrated or given much thought. And so tasting this is like
I'm definitely at this point being like, what is this? I've never tried this before. Like, what is this season? She's gonna be asking me like,
What is this meat that you've made?
That's called brisket.
Brisket.
rip it off.
Yeah, there's a real big point of contention up north that like it should, have sauce, and people down south like no sauce needed.
I would like more brisket. What is this? Ooh, there's a big leg.
Yeah, giant.
I mean,
leg.
she has no manners at all. Like juices is dripping down, and she's just like,
Are people staring?
Not really. No,
Okay.
people are just
Other people doing it too.
like
Yeah.
big tongue, just like.
she's kind of leading a trend. Like people who are like we're about to just like kind of daintily eat their turkey leg. They see her and they're like. Like it's a break. They get to break being proper.
That's cool.
Yeah. Let's go. But yeah, just as we're going along.
I'm quite baffled by some of your customs, but this is one that I'm quite fond
It's a
of.
fun one.
The Harvest Festival is truly one of my favorite times of the year. People provide for one another. We take a break from the confusing traditions, as you say, to provide for one another. It is the full cycle from fertility growing, and now the fruit has been born. We all celebrate and share with one another. It's just such a beautiful time.
I mean, that's normal, but seasonings. Oh, I need to bring this to my folks.
As he's walking by, he'll grab just like a kebab looking stick and be like, this was one of my favorites. When I did eat, and he'll
I'll
hand
take
to
it.
you.
She puts the whole thing in her mouth. It's like a sword swallow.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I should have.
Just down the gullet. Is anyone else trying any food along the way? Just kind of.
Oh yeah,
everyone.
fruits, vegetables,
Yeah.
meats here and
Yeah,
there.
it's
what about
harvest
those
time.
all the bread.
Millcroft is in no hurry. This is his favorite holiday. So he's just letting everyone, he's stopping for everyone, everything anybody wants to try. He's in no
Sweets,
rush.
do they sweets?
Oh yeah.
No, okay.
Maybe not this early in the day, but yeah, you can find it.
Cinnamon.
Oh, I'm sure there's donuts
There
somewhere.
is an Auntie Anne's actually.
Go get your
pretzels.
I'm gonna turn to Zora. This reminds me of home.
There's a Tips Treats at the end. But yeah, the line to get in is almost double what it was previous day.
I'm not waiting 10 hours to give something.
Melicroft, are you sure that maybe 2 citizens can bring in these many?
Well, I don't know. To be honest, when back before, I only ever brought 1 or 2 people. And generally, it was my family who were all citizens themselves. So we may not all be able to gain entry. Then again, we may. I'm not entirely sure.
Is Jacob the guard again?
Sure.
Oh,
So I'm just gonna skip the line.
To be honest,
yeah. Come across walking past the line.
You're getting a lot of dirty looks.
Oh, I'm gonna say, hello, kind people. Such a wonderful holiday of kindness and forgiveness.
Have you tried this?
Have you tried the brisket?
Your food is quite wonderful. Thank you for sharing, and again, your gratitude and kindness. You're all such wonderful people.
Just keeps walking.
Yeah, so for the most part, most of you are getting like sort of glances and dirty looks, but nobody wants to cause a scene in the King's line, so you walk up to the front.
We're gonna say hi to Jacob.
So Jacob is currently helping somebody right now.
We'll have him finish that.
Yeah, you guys just wait patiently next to the next person that's been waiting patiently.
Yes.
Okay. After a few minutes, you see him stamp the paperwork and accept a basket of different muffins, and then that person leaves. It was just the drop off. Jacob looks up at you guys.
Hi, Jacob. Long time no see.
I have one. I'll probably have like some leftover meat that I haven't finished yet in one of the hands.
Here for you. Thank you so much for last time.
Thank you so much for coming back. You guys aren't able to just jump in front of everybody.
Not even a lore keeper.
You absolutely can't, sir.
Yeah.
But
So, my question is, I have at least one associate that I would like to accompany me to the library. I don't know what I've really only ever brought my family before.
unfortunately, the library is closed for harvest.
Oh.
It'll be open start of next week. Only select members are able to enter the keep at this time, as many of the guards and staff are celebrating.
Of course.
So, feel free to come back next Moon Day for the library, but today, why read when you can celebrate?
it's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I celebrated the whole way here.
Do you have anything you'd like to give to the crown?
Yes, I have a basket of food.
Are these just things you collected? He says,
Bread, cheeses, fruits, vegetables.
and he's like smiling and he says, as soon as you hand it over, he's like, "Oh, thank you." Puts it down. He's like,
Who is allowed access to the library right now?
no one.
Oh, you said select.
You
said
have
to
access
the
to the keep.
Oh, to the keep. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And-
family members reserved, and he's going to kind of peer at the group, and he's going to.
What is he gonna do?
He's going to kind of raise an eyebrow as he makes eye contact with Callan.
Callan didn't say
fuck.
Shit.
I forgot.
Only select family members are allowed in, and he's just staring directly. And Callan, I'd like to imagine he's just sitting there like smoking, just kind of looking around, trying to look inconspicuous, but he's a fucking Goliath, so he's like, "Oh shit."
I'm just gonna follow his line of sight.
This one. Always this one.
Well, I say we go celebrate now.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
Jacob, it was a pleasure seeing you again. We should really catch up.
He like starts to want to talk and then like corrects himself. He's like, "You two."
At this point, Melicroft is just bowed and is
Yeah.
like backed
Yeah.
up. I'm not harassing the poor guy anymore.
Thank you, Lord Keeper and friends.
Yeah, I'll give them a little curtsy.
Next in line.
Yeah. Well, at least we did that instead of waiting in line for 10 hours.
That makes sense. It's been years, but I remember that it's one of the reasons why it was my favorite holiday. We got the whole entire week to just get rip-roaring drunk.
Our Legion always got the week off.
I don't
We had
miss
so much
much.
fun.
But I miss being able to fully celebrate Harvest Week.
Well, I don't drink, but I do eat. So, food?
Well, we still have. I'm not going to pester the keep, on such a important holiday. But we could check out and I would be keeping my voice down, assuming we're next to a big group of
I'm
people.
kind of figuring
But
we'll
yeah,
slowly walk away.
we could check out Mason's Row if we want today. This was a brief detour. We weren't able to get the information we want, but we'll check back. We'll circle back. We'll circle around. We'll do a wraparound.
We can.
So
we
as
can
you guys are
stop.
passing, like this line, as you guys are doing your circle around, Feria and Isadora, you both hear the faint whisper of like people talking, and you hear them mention that the Elder King may be visiting Shazera for Harvest Festival this year.
Aha.
Did we see like who was talking about it, or was it just like
It's
people
more
around, just
like
rumors?
It's more like rumor.
You can
like
hear it.
you hear it as you're walking through.
Okay.
You're like you hear like did you hear the king's coming?
Okay, yeah.
You hear like he hasn't been here in centuries. Like he never leaves.
Can you remind me what the harvest or the Elder King's name is?
Gerald?
Gerald.
Gerald.
Just Gerald?
Well, Gerald Shazera.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
I didn't know if there was a
Didn't mean to
middle
sound so condescending. Like, he's a Shazera. No. Gerald Shazera.
Well, like kings have like 7 names
Yeah.
sometimes, so.
That's fair, but not.
And didn't
not
Callan
my
say that that's his
kings.
like grandfather?
Yeah, he said
Okay.
he says grandpappy.
His grandpappy.
It's grandpappy.
Grandpa.
Worried if
Grandpapster.
I'll lean into Isadora if I assume that we like made
Very
eye contact
hard.
hearing that and say, I don't think it's a coincidence that Lenora wants the dagger for the week that the king is here.
That would make sense. I knew I didn't trust her. I'm gonna turn to Callan and well, I mean, I know he can't really say anything, but it's hard. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything to Callan.
What are you
He's
gonna
not
say?
Oh, Alan's Alan's
Yeah, what do you-
watching.
what do you-
Let's
Okay,
see
hi
what
Adam. I was just
Oh yeah, he's been
basically-
making comments the whole time. He said, "Callan's all in for getting lit. There's food." He said, "We're the bunch of nerds studying on spring break." Yeah, he's been.
So feel free to ask.
Yeah, I guess I was
Alan
basically
anything.
just gonna be like, did you know that your grandpappy was going to be here?
No.
Are you excited for a family reunion?
No.
Yep. So
I'd probably be a little bit more worried that Jacob at the front door recognized him as part of the members of the family.
Yes.
I mean, that didn't take much effort on his part to just look him up and down and be like, select member. He's like,
Yes, he.
No.
Yes, he definitely his demeanor definitely changed after noticing Callan.
Oh, that's right. I guess he did kill his brother. Yeah.
Cornelius, make a history check with advantage.
Ew.
Because I feel like you would know. Or actually, you and Melicroft just both make history check. Not with advantage, just both of you do it.
no, just both.
Yeah,
straight
just
rolls.
both of you do a straight history check.
I never know.
Natural 20 for a total of 20.
Oh, shit, really?
Okay, I've
Yeah.
been asleep.
History.
Oh, natural 20.
I did
I got
17
natural
for
20.
me.
Yeah.
Flew on top of
So
my-
you both, as you guys are talking about this, and you hear the name Lenora in the same sentence as, Feria mentioned, is it a coincidence that King's here, Lenora takes the dagger? There's like this moment where you have this realization, and you and Cornelius sort of make eye contact. Well, Ida, light bulb, and it clicks that the first elder is Jerome. Sorry, it's Jerome, not Gerald.
Oh.
Jerome Shazera, and the first lady is Miria Aztec. His wife, First Lady, is an Aztec.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3.
With that, I'm gonna take a quick break. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works doing a break with the live stream. So I don't know if I don't want to hit stop streaming. So
Learning process. Let's go.
Maybe you can just leave it running. If you
yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it up. I'm just gonna step away.
Is it
You
one viewer?
can mute it.
No, I don't know. I don't see any viewers. I don't know how to check that.
Yeah.
Very fantastic. Ah.
Yeah, I don't know.
okay.
It's gonna be. It's just Adam, I'm sure. But
Okay.
yeah, we'll be back at
He's 150.
3:17. I don't have any sort of like little pause screen or anything.
You have
That
an
shit
OBS
takes-
time.
Now we gotta make one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's not
I
talk
am
about
doing
anything
feedback
personal,
soon.
y'all.
A little still screen. Be back
Well,
soon.
I'm gonna mute the microphones.
Oh, okay.
Well, like there's like in OBS you can throw up even one of the quick things you can do in there is you can throw up a timer and like
mattresses, obviously. So if we get the integrated base, we can get a base that if he's snoring, I hit a button on my side and his head rests on He's gonna wake up sitting upright every day.
Listen, I'm surprised you didn't want that.
It was very expensive.
Wait, so
The mattress was already expensive.
But if the mattress
Pricey as
head
fuck.
just moves, or okay, but not the full body.
Not the full body. You can get one with the full body moves.
No,
but-
that's exactly.
Oh, it's the same one?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
okay.
only one option.
Oh, I didn't know.
So
That
yeah,
one, there's like you either
your
have the
legs will
movable
raise up
base
if
or
you
not.
want it to.
Dang.
We didn't get that.
Because
We
you
just
don't
got
have
the
a firm
mattress.
mattress.
Yeah, so
I was
like
like, hers is real squishy. Her bed has always been so squishy.
hers
I
sucks.
love it so much.
It's super plush.
It makes
Oh,
me
it's
want to
the
touch y'all's
plushiest
bed.
one.
It's a little
It
hard.
is very
Squishy.
We went,
I love it.
Yeah, we went and did the like evaluation where we like lay down and like they show like our pressure points, so it does it live. So you see, and there's mine at just like regular firmness, and I'm like sinking into it, and then they go all the way down to like a 1, right? 1 out of 100 is your sleep number, and she gets down to like a 1, and she starts to sink in, and she's like, "Oh yeah, this is really uncomfortable. Is this what it's like for you every night?" I'm like, Yes. I'm trying to tell you.
You can count the springs.
Our numbers are very different.
Well, what's your numbers?
Mine's 30 and yours is 65.
Yeah.
Where did you get this
Oh,
done?
If I get on that thing, I'm definitely
Did it
getting
pay for it?
As for I mean, you take
So
the
we got the
mattress
mattress that
and
has
we
the split
financed
top,
it, so it's gonna
just
be
in
like
case we want to add
$150
that
a month.
later.
Well, so for the
Oh.
wedding, me and Adam
Yeah,
had a
later.
king size bed because we only have a queen.
If you get a king size bed, you will never go back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
no.
I
can't go
promise
back.
you.
You
Okay.
can't
You
go
will never
back.
go back.
Oh no, I know because I starfish. Poor Adam, despite being the bigger man or bigger person, obviously, gets less of the bed.
I usually do beast whale.
So he's like in a ball, curled up. And
Amazing. That is so funny.
so yeah.
Just start weaving in the middle of the night.
I have a big personality, so I need more space.
No space. You need to be open.
But okay, we're gonna go to. You said sleep number.
Sleep number. Just go to sleep number. There's one like 10 minutes away.
Well, the mattress we got, the only reason we went for it is it was literally 50% off right now. Like,
Oh, I'm gonna buy it right now. This is
Nebraska's having a
purely.
ridiculous, I would say ridiculous sale.
I have one of these blood numbs.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Well, because we don't have to do a normal registration because we own everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, what are you going to do? So we're probably they're going to do like give us money for the honeymoon.
That's what we did.
Yeah,
And it was
it's probably
to
just
fill
going to
the
do that.
parade.
Yeah.
That or like either donate to the honeymoon or donate to a king size bed set. Like so Adam can finally get some sleep. It's funny.
It's a game changer.
Yeah. Well, when we first started dating, the funny part is I had a full size. We both had full, and so well we were single.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was
Pretty big for us.
we had.
You got a full size bed?
I was just not gonna say anything.
Y'all! You want our king?
Yes.
You guys want it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like straight up yes.
Okay.
We already paid for them to come pick it
So
up.
they pay us $50 and they can have it. And they can not take it. When can you guys pick it up?
Yeah, I don't know.
That should fit in
I
a
just have to
giant
taste
Dodge
it.
Ram.
It was really good.
When's your SIN number coming in?
Monday the 6th.
Monday the 6th.
We need it until the 6th, but that's fine.
So
A week. We got a
next
week.
Monday.
You can thank me
next
for
Friday.
getting you a new mattress.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
I would-
Are you okay with a soft mattress?
Yeah.
I'll warn you. At that time, one side is very caved in.
I mean, it is a hand-me-down mattress, but
I'm just saying.
But it's only a year old.
it's better
Yeah.
than a
I'm
full.
just a big boy.
He's a big boy.
We so when we all went to the cabin and we slept on that king size, we were like, what are we doing?
I really
We
did
need
not.
one of these so bad.
I did not want to leave the cabin. I was like, oh my god, this
None of us
is
wanted to leave the
so
cabin.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
yeah.
I'm
I'm
dead
glad they
serious.
put
If you guys
out
can pick
$50.
it up on Monday the 6th, just pay us
Okay.
$50 so that because we paid for them to come.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll do that.
It's all yours.
Is that how you felt? Yeah.
Wow.
Are y'all serious?
Yeah, like
Literally, they were gonna come
we
take
paid
it and throw it away.
$50 for them to take
Because you
it
already know.
because we didn't have anything to do with it, and it would have been
Yeah,
more of a hassle to sell it.
we'll
on the
reimburse the
marketplace.
$50 and
Oh
continue.
yeah, great.
I'm like so excited.
It's gonna take up
You gotta
most of the room.
You just got to get a bed
That
frame.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
gotta
gonna say
get
you're gonna be a box spring and a bed
Yeah,
frame.
you
You don't need a
I
box
have
spring.
some-
Oh, no.
It's a memory foam mattress, so you don't need
Oh,
a box
okay.
spring. Just get a bed frame with the slats, and you're good.
Okay.
Easy.
Platform or
Easy.
something.
But
Oh my
until
God.
then, you can just put it on the floor. You know,
Honestly,
college
yeah,
students,
that's what I
right?
did.
That's what I did.
All very zen of you.
Oh my god.
Mattress on the floor.
Hey, no, that's college
Yes.
mode. Like, I'm in.
You're welcome.
Yeah, massive thing.
Okay,
So excited.
let's bring it back. Let's bring
I'm
it back.
so sorry, but
It's all good.
eventful.
I returned back to the stream like 5 minutes ago, so Adam got to hear all of us talk about mattresses.
Perfect.
All right, cool.
All right.
And the viewers,
Yeah, and our viewers.
Our thousands of adoring fans.
Yes, or thousands of people
They're writing
are
down.
all watching.
They're writing over.
We all know May 6th.
Ah, yeah, we know.
March
Yeah, Shade's
6th.
numbers now.
Sorry.
not me.
Yeah. Okay.
So he and I just remembered
Ah.
she's his
Oh, yeah.
stepdaughter, I guess.
Yep.
So it's Miriam Aztec.
Stepdaughter or daughter?
Miria, all you remember is Miria Aztec is the first lady.
Aztec. First lady.
I guess I suppose I always assumed it was stepdaughter because she had the same name. She wasn't the Shazera
I don't know.
because that's her name, isn't it? Nora Aztec, right?
Maybe the
Well,
royal families keep their last name.
Because you rolled a natural 20 on your history check,
Boo.
I will say you do know that Miria is the matriarch of the Aztec family. You know that Vigor Aztec is Lenora's father, and he is the elder militant.
Oh.
So
I do
Vigor
remember.
is Lenora's father. Miria is related by last name, but would be closest to like a great grandmother. Yeah, like a great grandmother to Lenora. Because she would be one generation above
Her father.
her father's mom.
Yeah.
God, that's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
This is not helping out. I don't.
Great,
Okay,
great.
It's like a great granddaughter.
I just
Yes.
want
So the elder
Yeah.
to the first
Sort-
lady.
yeah.
So,
So
to the
Miria had
guy
a
who's
child,
rumored to
had a
be here,
child that had
Lenora
Leora.
is the great granddaughter.
Okay.
Of
Okay.
Miriam.
Yep. And just like Callan would be the great grandson of Jerome.
Got it.
I mean,
Sort of.
Okay.
The family lines are a little tricky when it
Yes.
comes to like bastards and
Oh
non-family.
yeah,
but-
he's
But for the most part, according to like a family tree, he would be there, just maybe with like a, like a cigarette burn next to it.
yeah. Yeah, if you wanna on your free time, just make the family tree.
Yeah. Oh, I have a family tree made. It just doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah. I created it, but
In a fit of passion, no idea.
Yeah. But yeah.
So you think that Lenora is going to do some sort of overthrowing of the government with the militant or something? With that phone?
All I know is my own experience with it, and all I know is they were trying to take over legions, or our legion, I don't even know how far that went, in order to get to the king and overthrow it. That's my best guess, but honestly, there was a lot of fighting, and then there was a lot of killing, and then there was this, so I don't know much other than that Lenora betrayed the Legion and then used her own name to cover it up.
And that's why you're not the militant anymore?
But they annihilated 200 people. I think 3 people were spared. I don't know where the other 2 are.
Are you still wanted? Are
I
they?
don't think so. They left me alive to set an example to other people who might try to overthrow.
But if you were to cross, her path, Lenora's, would she?
I don't know. I don't even know if she knows who I am. I was just a nameless
It's a
militant.
pawn in the game.
Yeah, I don't even know if she knows who I am. I have no idea.
Did you make it up the ranks at all to any militant status? Just a normal soldier, or were you sergeant, lieutenant? That kind of
No, I was just a soldier, but my fiance was a little higher up.
Congratulations.
No.
I would make the assumption your fiance was one of the many who didn't make it. If that was part of your division.
He was part of the coup. He was with Lenora.
Is he still with it? Is he still with it?
Did he not try to bring you into the coup?
I didn't know that he had betrayed the Legion until he made the call to kill everybody.
Is he still alive?
He won't be when I find him.
Was he? What does he look like?
We have something in
Well,
common.
maybe he was one of the people that I don't have the militant uniform for.
Well, they didn't see their faces. Did they have wings?
Not that I can recall. I feel like that's something I would have noticed, and there were no wings on.
Okay, then it wasn't him. He has wings like me, but not broken. That's what I meant when I said Lenora can be very persuasive. I assume.
Maybe he was under like a curse or something, or.
I'm just gonna look at Callan and just be like,
Men can't be trusted is what I've come to learn.
Trust me, I'm on that boat as well. Fairy is gonna reach for the nearest drink. Yeah.
And this
I was
only
like,
happened.
yeah, fuck man.
And this only happened for like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's very fresh.
Yeah, it is.
I'm also
Her
gonna find the nearest
cracks
drink
are
and
gonna
push it
glow a
towards
little
Fairy.
I obviously don't like to talk about it much, but among the people that were killed was my best friend, and my fiance said the word to make it happen. So,
Have you talked to him since? Have you seen? Did you say anything to him?
if I lay eyes on him again, I will kill him.
What
He
is
is
his
dead.
name?
What's his name?
we're very bad at getting names, guys.
I know. We need to just ask that every single time someone new pops
She's
up.
like fiddling with her drink. Her cracks are very bright. His
Not to
name
make
is-
you explode, of
No,
course.
I won't. His name is Emmer.
Emmer?
has wings,
Red hair.
red hair.
It's just sometimes where characters in backstories have names, as you all know, and sometimes I have an idea of what it's pronounced like, and this was one I was right. It's very rare, but
That's
one I was
pronounced in
right.
here.
Pretty rare.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Without mine.
it's always hard to say it for the first time. So I'm like, and you see your ex-lover, Emir, and she's like, it's Emmer.
But like Liam.
Why? And so it's I'm just happy I got that one right.
Good job, Shade.
Good job, Shade.
So yeah,
Thinking
wings and
about
red
like
hair.
the backstory names I gave him for this character, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he's probably slandered like
Tagoro,
all of them.
Tagoro,
Tagoro.
yeah, that one.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
names, my characters are...
Like Akari was probably easy,
Yeah.
but
I just
But,
like
yeah.
Caehanna had issues remembering the difference. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Especially put out
You guys are very interchangeable in my mind when I start to say that word. I know it ends the same.
Is it short red hair? Long red hair?
It's short.
Militant cut.
Yeah.
What color skin?
Like a tan color. He has blue eyes. Very good
I will
looking.
be on the lookout.
A silver tone.
Sandra Santino.
He can't be that good looking if he betrayed his betrothed. So
I like to think that too, but he can be very charming. Hence his rising in the ranks.
So, to clear a bit of confusion on my point, you said Lenora used a name to get out of it? So she was the one that caused it and it was like, dear, I'm a woman of woe.
They attacked the Legion because the Legion was on the way to, I don't know the whole story, protect the king. We were there to help with something. They tried to kill the Legion to get to the king. We were able to stop Emmer and Lenora. We restrained them, we got them down. Me and my best friend were part of that. We got them up to the king, and Lenora and Emmer used their name to essentially convince the elders and the king that we were the ones that actually had betrayed
So their word against yours, with you having no sort of backing as far as being royalty.
Yes, obviously, their word won out and everybody was killed.
So it seems that Lenora is easily capable of doing the same thing twice.
She's probably done the same thing multiple times and just not been caught.
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't the only one that was left alive?
I don't know what they did to the other two.
Okay. I was going to ask if you were still in contact with them.
It was, this was painful. I was not in a place to observe anything.
Absolutely understood.
Chug, 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 chug.
Like, I want to ask Callan a question to see how he feels about stuff, but he's not here, so.
You can ask Callan questions.
Well, I would just be like, hey, big man. See if you. I was like, do you have any information as to where your grandpapa, as you would like to say, where he would come into the city if he were coming? Because there may very well be somebody who's trying to stab him, and if it's rumored he's supposed to be here. I heard it, Jorah's.
There's Bobby.
Sorry, earlier whenever you guys were talking, you're hearing words of people. It's my brain immediately to a Monty Python skit. I heard that he's supposed to be here. It's like, I don't like the guy. I was like, do you know any information of where he would come? Like, would he go through the main gates like Lenore did when you were alive?
He'd probably just go straight to the capital, to the island, man. That's what I would do.
Do you like your grandfather? Great-grandfather?
Never met him.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sure he knows of you, though, if all of his guards do.
Well, I mean, I used to live in the island, so, people know me. I don't make a thing of it.
Well, can we start heading to Mason's Rose and eat some yummy meats
Some more
along
meat
the way?
along the way. Yes. I'm very interested to see more people that maybe look like you.
I would love to find my people.
Do we recall any sections of the outer wall that's red? It said red wall.
Yeah, he said can't miss it though.
Yeah, he said. I was looking at the map here in the northern section. Is it that middle?
Is it past the river?
Because I'm seeing.
North of that big old river?
Let me pull up the map.
Just say I got 2 pieces
Man.
of water, and I was thinking maybe.
Yeah, so
Slightly red
just to make
island.
it simple, like you see where the river bisects there's like a small sliver of like businesses and houses on the left, and then there's that it's kind of almost like a separate island because there's 2 rivers that kind of hold it up. There's like a section where there's like buildings all around, almost in a weird shape, the closest thing to like an octagon.
That top
Yes.
left?
Yeah.
Of
This-
that,
this one?
Yep.
This one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay.
So this little guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's the
top
island
left of the
top
wedge
that had
across
all
the
red
ridge.
buildings.
So it's like all walled in around, but there's like a whole little community inside of those walls. And from the outside looking in, it's just big red walls.
Well, it looks to
Off
be.
to the red walls.
Let's go to the wall then.
Wow.
Wonder Wall.
We're right here.
And now.
Thanks.
It's got to be a while.
It'd be
It'll be a long walk and a lot of meat for an hour to eat.
It's an endless pit.
Yeah, it's gonna take like probably about a 20-minute walk.
Ooh, sweet.
Oh, that'll probably turn into an hour walk with
Yeah.
the amount of pit stuff
Sure,
that
yeah,
are gonna
Yeah, stop at
Occur.
Elevators, get some food.
Right.
need. She's
Yeah,
gonna-
so you guys,
We're back.
I think this is normal.
yeah, you go through, you get some more meats, you find a couple of artisan cheeses, and you at this point it's past midday, right? So some of the barrels of ale are being rolled out, and people are pouring drinks, and horses are dancing in the street, doing little trots, and people are cheering, and there's lots of entertainment Yeah.
I want to keep my ears open for any rumors or conversations in regards to the king and his whereabouts or anything about the Elder King, and then as well as Lenora.
Lenora.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll keep screwing that. Lenora.
That's alright.
I got the
We have
first name,
one.
the second name. Louise.
It's alright. I said Marcus for Morris.
Midge.
Yeah.
Hey, at least these names aren't all A.
Yeah.
You know, at least we graduated to
Yeah.
different letters.
Maybe our group name should be something about not remembering people's names.
The forgetful few.
Forgetful few.
The mispronouncers.
Yeah, the mispronouncers.
Why is that your name?
The nomenclature nobodies.
Hey, you know what? At this point, at least we still ask the names. We just don't retain it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we just remember the
You guys
first
have
one.
grown as players.
Next campaign is going to be a doozy.
There's so many NPCs from last campaign that never got introduced.
So yeah.
Cool. So yeah, you guys travel up, and eventually you get to a small bridge where it seems to be kind of 2x2 to cross, and so you sort of single file line up. Once you cross the bridge, on the right, sort of on the embankment going down this river, and the river's pretty wide. I mean, it looks small on the map, but it's probably about 50 to 60 feet across. So it's a pretty decent. It's got a lot of width to it, and these walls are also 30, 40, 50 feet tall. These are, when he said you can't miss it, it's like bright red crimson wall all the way around, almost like a small castle inside the city here. However, unlike a castle, there's nothing on the top, so there's no sentries, there's no one standing guard. It's just a big ass wall. As you guys cross the bridge, and you come around to where you find what looks to be an entrance. There's a spot where the red stone, the whole wall is stone. I should have mentioned that. You see where this painted red stone has like a small gap, probably 4 or 5 feet across, very narrow, and there's a steel drop gate. No one attending it, no one standing in front, just a big ass gate.
Might be hard to get in at the festival.
Tink, tink, tink.
Knocking on the steel gate.
Well, there's no one to answer. Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah.
Do you like the cup, like the
Like someone in jail. Ready for me slop.
Hello? Anyone there?
It responds.
They're probably out trying the brisket.
It is quite lovely. I think I might go back for fourths in a second.
Guy can see through the gate.
Yeah.
Do we see anything through the gate?
I mean, you do.
Are there people?
You see the gate, and then there's a piece of stone that seems to be like the start of the hallway, and all you see is this stone wall. Looks like the gate, when open, gets you entry into this hallway, and that's what you're able to see from here.
I don't recall anything about this place, it being a religious center.
Oh, you do? Yeah, you do. You didn't roll a 20, but you know, you no, you definitely remember. You remember Mason's Row as a station of what the lore keepers considered lost religions.
Okay.
So they were granted security, the walls, to continue practicing their religion as long as they don't interfere with the other citizens. So it's like a little sanctuary.
And so there wouldn't be any affiliation to like Freya stuff here or anything like that.
No, you would definitely know that. No, there's no Freya. Freya's not a forgotten.
Lost.
Yeah, she's very prevalent. but potentially Aratok, gods like that, like more of the interpolated gods that are not really like good guys or bad guys, but just practiced in faith. More like that.
We don't see anyone standing anywhere.
Oh, I mean, there's people all over.
I mean,
inside.
as far as inside this gate.
It might be a little difficult at this particular moment, just because it is festival day, so people are going every 5 or 10 seconds. You hear a woo from somewhere or somebody chugging, and there's a lot more rowdiness around you than a typical day. So if there were people inside for you to hear, it would be particularly difficult today.
Could it be muffled through the rest of the day?
Yeah.
Is this one of those gates like you can it's like a lift up gate?
It looks like it. Yeah, it looks like a drop down type of gate.
Do you think you're strong enough to lift it up?
I don't believe for a community protected in the way that this one is, that might be misconstrued as an act of aggression. Let me see if I
act
can.
of trying to get in.
Let me see if I can ascertain what's going on here. If there's anything, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Just to see within 30 feet of me if there's anything going on here, if I can sense, I don't know, any kind of magical energy coming out from this area, divine or
If it's not
otherwise.
getting in, I can do it. I just don't know if there's repercussions for it.
I'm just getting a lay of the land here, seeing if there's anything up with this before moving on.
Can I look around for any like hidden buttons or something that could open the gate from the outside?
Sorry, what?
I said, can I look around for any like buttons or latches
Levers.
or triggers or anything to open the gate from the outside?
Sorry.
Yeah, you can make an investigation check.
Yeah.
Come on, Kronk, let's
I
go.
mean, I can get my shadow across the gates and go in, but I don't want to barge in. It's kind of,
Yeah, it's a no. That's a no.
That's a no. We are getting lots of no's today.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
That's a no.
You don't particularly see any magic that stands out to you. At least where you're focused. I mean, there's obviously magic around you, but you don't see. Looking at the gate, right? It doesn't seem to be charmed in any way. You don't see any sort of like.
Is it light in there? Like, I mean, do they have like torches? Can we see pretty deep?
I think the design of this is particularly to keep outside viewership away, so all you see is that tunnel hallway entrance. So all you see is a stone wall.
Okay.
It does look like there's light coming in, just because it doesn't seem like dark on the other side, but it looks like it's probably open from the top, but that's why the wall's so high.
Just
I can't play it.
into the hallway through the gate, Melicroft will say, I am a follower, one might say even a paladin of Freya. I am accompanied by someone who worships the goddess Aratok, whom you may count among the number in here. If anyone can hear me, we would love to discuss granting entry to a follower of perhaps a faith that is recognized here. As a follower of a faith myself, I come with nothing but respect for this establishment. Just kind of shouting it into the hallway in case sound carries.
Loud as you can.
Roll a d20.
Good question. How far is this?
That's really good, D20.
Oh, you can't. So it's like you see where the tunnel turns. So you see like the wall.
How far away from the turn is it?
5 feet. Like it's right there on the other side. That's why you can see it. It's right on the other side. Like there's the gate. There's a little bit of walkway, and then there's like where it turns into the hallway.
It's like at the door right here, and come into the house.
Actually, yeah.
You take
very
left.
similar. The wall over here is where you would see like the study, like where Hannah's office, but you just see a wall.
I'm a flat D20 roll. It's an 11.
Perfect. You hear from, it seems like from around the hallway, someone throwing their voice around the hallway. And state your name?
And he's going to gesture to Inari to approach the gate. My name is, I'm known by those in the Undercity as Melicroft. I'm known by those above as Danae Velstadt. I'm a follower of Freya. Here I have, well, I'll let her introduce herself.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
My name is Inari. I am the guardian of the village Shikoku.
There's like a pause. After about 15 seconds of silence, you hear, and the gate just slowly,
Oh, great. Oh.
and it stops.
These seem to be intellectual individuals. Good.
Well, let us proceed. I would say let Inari and I lead the way for now.
Gladly.
I'll follow Inari in.
I'm right behind her.
I could come through the gate anytime I want.
Yeah, so
My head will spin around and glare directly at you.
Out of respect, I
Then back around.
so who's leading? Who's following? Who's in the
Leading.
back?
Inari
I'm
with
right behind Inari.
Melicroft.
Who's in the back of the group?
I'll take the bag.
Okay.
Probably you and Callan.
How
Callan
close would you say you're
or-
following in behind them?
I'm just kind of like probably
Granted access.
15 feet, 10, 15 feet. Like I'm leisurely kind of following behind. Like we're here to try to find Fox Guys or whatever.
So after you guys enter, you hear, and the gate shuts before you're able to get inside.
So how many of us got in just then?
Son of a bitch.
Everyone behind, he said he was 15 feet behind.
Okay, I go ahead and just step forward.
And you're on the other side of the gate.
Actually, I'm going to say the Misty Step. I do my echo, and I would send it forward, then change places with him. That way I don't have to worry.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
say
see
the
what you
Misty
mean.
Step.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and I just change places with it. That was pretty rude. And you just hear the echo.
So you
I feel like I'd
guys,
prefer you on the other side of the gate.
You could go back if you wanted me to.
ouch. Yeah, you step inside the gate and you go towards the hallway where you turn left, and peeking around from the other side, you see this. It looks like a feline being, not completely unfamiliar to how Ramsey looked, but more of a feminine version, think of like a cougar, more slender.
A lioness.
The cat.
I'll take the heat on this one.
Very like feline, but like kind of a little muscular looking, but very skinny. Like there's not an ounce of fat on her body. It's just skin, bones, and muscle. And she's just sort of peeking around, and you just see her eyes sort of light up as she sees Inari. She says, "Oh, good, you weren't lying. That would have been terrible.
I would never lie.
I believe you. Welcome, everyone, to Mason's Row."
Thank you for allowing us access to this wonderful sanctuary.
No, come. And she like abruptly waves you guys all forward.
Well, okay then.
As you go and turn, there's a community of animal type beings, ranging from rabbit folk to all the way up into sort of rhinoceros builded humanoids. You see, of course, the lioness woman standing in front of you, but you see an assortment of animal to humanoid beings.
So is this kind of uncommon in like these all?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not uncommon to have these beings, but it is uncommon for them to all be together like this.
Okay.
Most of the times they have more of a herd pack mentality where they stay with alike, but
Okay.
here it doesn't seem like that's the case.
Okay.
And in the center, almost like a relic, or not even a relic, almost like a shrine, you see this beautifully hand-carved marble statue that's probably 15 feet tall of this female figure with 9 tails.
Oh, yeah.
And you instantly recognize her as Akari.
Okay.
They have a statue of you here.
Yeah, because y'all are going to think it's me.
Yeah.
That's not me. That is my sister.
Well, we're in the right place then.
To the lioness, Melicroft will. Hello, I am. Just refer to me as Melicroft. And what was your name? And I'd like to thank you again for granting us entry, especially Inari here.
Absolutely, man. They call me the High Priestess Saria.
High Priestess Saria.
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 Sorry,
Oh my God.
Sorry,
I can't hear what you're saying. I'm deaf.
Sariel.
Sariel. Thank you. That was not a character. Did I repeat the name? Golly.
I just heard sorry.
I'm going to instantly
Sorry.
scan the room to see if there's any of my people. Like, my race.
Mm-hmm. There's not.
Every so hard.
Every animal.
They're locks and odds.
What's that? There are locks on.
Hell yeah.
You actually see there's sort of a line of like 6 by 5. So there's like 30 individuals sort of practicing this like cadence, almost like a karate dance type of fight where they're all in cadence and like
Like taekwondo. Kind
yeah.
Of. Okay, that's cool.
Just scanning around the establishment, do any of the religious iconographies ring any bells to me? Just so that I'm not flying blind here as far as what faiths are practicing here, or whatever.
Very much
call it.
Aratok.
Huh?
Very much Aratok.
Oh, it is
Okay.
very Aratok.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you recognize instantly when seeing the statue of Akari. Well, sorry, you would instantly recognize. No one would create some sort of heroic gesture for someone who wasn't that of the Aratok faith.
Okay.
So we found the ark, ladies and gentlemen.
She says, Sariel is like, now this is quite the surprise to have you here when, as you know, you're supposed to be dead. It's very pleasant that you're not, I should add.
So
And we welcome you.
I'm gonna, because I'm kind of in my humanoid form, so I'm gonna just
Yeah,
let
fox
it all.
out.
Yeah, fox out.
So your tails go.
my
Yeah,
3.
your
2 measly
yeah,
tails.
2
still?
tails right now.
My
Yeah.
2 measly tails.
So your 2 tails pop out, your ears pop out, your snout sort of elongates. And she's like, "Ooh, that is wonderful. It is you." And then as that happens, you kind of notice everyone starts to sort of come around and surround behind High Priestess Sariel, and everyone's like in awe seeing you.
Please give me space. I understand. Please back up.
Melicroft
They
takes a
don't
step
back up at all. They don't back up at all.
Okay, yeah, I know.
So Melicroft's gonna
Sideshow.
take a
Yeah.
step back and kind of like, not necessarily directly behind you, but definitely in a like, I'm giving you your room to like address these people. As I'm getting, because I was standing up next to you, I'm gonna move back and let you kind of.
Have my space.
Yes.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Why were you under the impression I was dead?
Well, as history teaches us, there was a attack on the Shikoku village, and well, only one sister came out of it. And Akari had mentioned that you did not make it. But clearly you have.
Did she
Hundreds of
say-
years later.
Did she say what happened to me? Just that I didn't make it.
It was always difficult for her to speak on, so she just mentioned that you did not make it. Maybe it says somewhere in the books. It's not clear, but the protector it's not uncommon for the protector to give, her life for the village. So you sort of went out
Sacrifice.
respectfully, with praise and love. And as you inspect that statue a bit longer, it is not a Kari.
It's
It is
not.
a Nari.
Oh.
Got it.
But full nine-tailed out.
Nah. I didn't have 9 tails, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think whatever you had.
8 tails. I got to 8. I never got to
Yeah.
9.
So 8 tails.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna look back up, and a part of you're gonna see this conflict over my face of like gratification, just because during my time in the tribe or the village, she never received such praise for everything that she did, but at the same time distraught and a bit suspicion because of the story that she just obviously overheard of how she perished. And so she'll look back after like a minute of like staring at the statue and go,
Is my sister here, or any of my people?
Oh, no. The sister perished centuries ago.
Of course she did.
I believe her
Sure about that.
I believe her burial, her place of rest is within these walls.
Can I
She
see it?
founded the sanctuary for our people.
Can I see my sister's lying resting place?
So she turns, and as soon as she turns, everyone like disappears. Like they scurry away. So like, oh shit, sorry. So she turns and she sort of gives like a smirking look to some of the kids that are kind of peeking. She's like, now, everyone, back to work. We will celebrate tonight, and they all start cheering. And she says, now come, follow me. And she sort of saunters to a building that, from your experience, immediately just brings a rush of memories, because it looks almost identical to the High Order's, like, I don't want to say throne room, but like the place where like a lot of the decisions were made within your people.
yeah, their welcome room.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you walk inside, and she takes you to this shrine of Akari, and there's script written that essentially reads that here lies Akari, the last of the protectors. And she says, you and your sister were the last. She never took a mate, and unfortunately we thought you perished in the battle, so your kind went with you. But you're back. Are you here to train to become the next protector? I fear we need it more than ever.
This is a lot to absorb. I need to gather my thoughts. I need a moment alone with my sister.
Of course. The rest of you, lovely friends of our protector and savior, why don't you come with me, and I'll show you where we clean our clothes, and you can help us prepare for tonight.
I would be delighted to help.
There is 100% genuine excitement in Melicroft's voice at that mention.
What a psychopath.
Oh my god, you're so weird. Okay, so I'm assuming they leave. So is it like is it like an urn, or is it like a tomb?
It's like a tomb. It's almost like a Egyptian, like, sarcophagus type of.
Okay.
And then above that is the script that, and you see a few of like ancient scripts, which I say ancient, they're only 600-700 years old, but on parchment, it ages terribly. So it's like wrinkled and faded. But they seem to be pieces of memorabilia from her life and how she came to be where she was and how she died of natural causes in old age. As the protector of the Shikaku, and she brought, knowing that it wasn't safe in the mountains, she founded the sanctuary here in Redborough.
As y'all go to exit, I'm gonna say, Millicroft, I may need someone to pray with me. Do you mind staying here?
All right. Yes, absolutely. I would be delighted to.
I know you're not a follower of Eretok, but more prayers are always
I
needed.
am a man of faith, and I do respect others' faiths as well.
Thank you. And so I'm gonna take a kneel in front of my sister's sarcophagus, I guess, and then wait for everybody to leave.
Yeah. You guys are taken out to outside where they're currently pinning clothes up to a line, and she's showing you how to like whack it to keep it dry, and she's like teaching you some of their methods. She's putting you to work. High priestess don't fuck around. That's how you can get shit done.
I took the one guy that wanted out.
He would have gladly done all of that.
The only thing I think in my head is as you leave, all you hear is me go, "All right, come on now, Callan, let's get high and full lumber."
In that, I'm actually going to hang back and just stand in the doorway watching those two.
Okay.
Okay, so as they leave and they're finished and they've been gone for a little bit, I'm gonna stand up instantly from praying and say, Millicroft, help me open up this sarcophagus.
Now I'm itching in there.
The moment she says that, I mean, these are her people. She's apparently an important religious figure. Yeah, he'll help.
God, he's doing something about this.
Let me keep the strongest guy. Oh, that was well played. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's rip the lid off that.
Oh my god. Make a strength check.
Okay.
Alright, this is primarily on your. There's a reason I kept you behind.
Just as long as it goes like.
Yeah, watch me not roll well on those.
Nothing but acid and traps.
I'll let you start and then I add to it.
That'll be a 23.
Okay, I'm sure you don't need me, but I'll roll too. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Yo!
I'm pissed at my sister.
Yes,
Let's go. You don't die, bitch.
You're not dead, bitch. I gotta stab you.
I don't flash.
One time I used to open a coffin.
So, without issue, you guys push open this coffin, the top of the sarcophagus, and it just falls over. And as it does, you hear,
Do we break it? I didn't mean to break it.
and it breaks into 4 pieces.
We'll fix
As
it. We'll fix it.
It breaks down. You guys were very enthusiastic about it. Just fucking push it over.
Oopsies.
And inside, you see, laid to rest, what looks to be
My sister.
the body of your sister, dressed in her formal clothing, and you see she has her typical like warrior like armor on, but it's like her fancy warrior armor, and there's this necklace that she wears that has this sort of opalescent black stone in it, and her like arms are sort of crossed over her chest, her feet are crossed over. She looks at peace.
Am I familiar with that stone? Like,
I don't know if you would have been. She didn't wear it when you guys were together.
she didn't.
Mm.
Okay, that's my question. Okay. That's new of my sister's. I'm assuming she's kind of like.
I mean, she's completely decomposed.
Yeah,
I mean, she's like,
okay.
It's like
Skeleton.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, but
I don't know if she like mummified
they
it.
did a little bit, so it's like she's still like
She's
semi-
juicy.
I would assume she has the snout a little bit to let you know that it's
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, you
She's got
can make a
bony
medicine check if you want to be 100% sure, but you're pretty
Yeah.
confident
Oh yeah,
that-
bony tails.
that she looks like a one of you people.
Okay.
What do you mean, you?
I just forgot what it
There it is.
called.
Fantasy
Kitsune.
racism.
Kitsune, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I forgot what it was called.
Kitsune, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna want to do like a medicine check or something to verify that this is my sister. Like they didn't just put somebody else's body.
Yeah, go
in
ahead.
this.
You.
I really wish I saved that in that 20. But
I was gonna
Yeah, we'll say do this with disadvantage because you've never seen your sister's bones.
Steal that.
That's true.
I have seen lots of dead
Yeah.
Kitsune bones, but not my sister's. Okay. I mean, it's not.
And what are you doing to like check? Are you like just
Well, so
inspecting,
I
or are you
figured
like
what I'm gonna
lifting shit
do
up and, like, moving?
is like I know of like I know my sister had a broken arm at 10, you know, that didn't heal properly, and you know, and I know like her hair doesn't really decompose as fast as like flesh does, so it should have some remnants of her blonde hair, you know, like just kind of normal.
Okay, so like
See,
just basic
like,
inspection,
you know,
though. You're
yeah,
not like
like
moving bones around or nothing.
Well, I'll be gentle with it.
Okay.
You know, I mean,
Good. Thank you for saying you'll be gentle. Cause
I pick it up and it shatters.
yeah, I'm not gonna be like,
Yeah, her bones disintegrate.
We'll clarify that Melicroft has at this point taken a step back and is letting her do her business. He's
Yeah.
not getting involved.
yeah. I mean, it's just 10. I got a solid
For
10.
the investigate or for the medicine.
Yeah, solid.
I mean, yeah, you're pretty sure.
okay. All right.
Pretty
You
sure.
know, it's not like there's red hair in this coffin instead of blonde kind of thing. Or okay.
I mean, it looks to be the right height. I mean,
Okay. Oh, yeah,
you
right.
can't tell from like the bone breakage because there's a lot of the bones that seem to have been broken over time, but like it looks.
It at least looks like it could be her. It's not like, oh, that's a female. That's a male pelvic instead of a female pelvic.
Right.
Kind of
No,
thing.
yeah, you definitely know your sister's pelvic. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, this is the male.
No, I know. I'm confirming it. Yeah.
Okay, you know, like, it's not silly. The male is.
Nice face over there, by the way.
Okay. So, anyways, okay. So I confirmed that, and then this may be her. I'm not familiar with the stone. Is this one of the stones you spoke of in one of your visions or memories?
Oh, the time stone. And I'll kind of lean over the sarcophagus and look. Is it?
Are you guys like looking? Are you like?
I'm just leaning. She mentioned the necklace. I'm just leaning over to look and see if it's a time stone.
It's hard to tell. One of the ways to see time stone is in sunlight, so it's difficult to tell. But it definitely looks like it could be. It looks like a.
With all due respect, I am not going to handle your sister's remains. It looks to me to be time stone, but the best way to tell is to investigate it under sunlight.
Do you want to take it with us?
Of course.
Okay. I'll try and take it.
Not. Oh.
Can you try to take it?
Yeah.
No, I'm instantly going to stop and say, you do not touch my sister's remains. I shall only be the one.
Okay.
This is sacred. I appreciate your assistance, but certain protocols have to be followed.
Okay.
Has it been 10 minutes since we've been let into this?
I don't know. Pretty close. I mean,
Because I
You
cast
guys kinda
detect
came-
magic before we went
you
in.
guys kind of. I'd say it's probably been a little past that, a little bit. I mean, it's like you guys came in, you kind of had that whole interaction. I'm assuming that played out.
Probably took like 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 or 10 minutes, and then she brought you in here. You guys had your moment, and then they left. So I'd say it's probably been probably right around 10 minutes.
Okay.
I've cast detect magic, so I don't know if I caught a whiff of anything when I got in here.
The
The only thing that would stop it is a foot of stone. If the sarcophagus is a foot thick.
I mean, it's pretty thick.
Okay.
Can you do it again?
Damn, I still got juicy.
I'll cast detect magic again.
You see her armor is glowing. The necklace has a slight glow. The inside of the tomb seems to be cased with this magical glowing energy.
I will relay that to them. And according to detect magic, I can tell what school of magic, if any. Namely, the stuff around the inside. I'm trying to glean
Stuff
if
around the
that's
inside would be
like a trap or something.
yeah.
They would have triggered the trap by now.
Yeah.
That's the trap.
Abjuration.
Okay. Yeah, so I would mention to you guys, the necklace she wears is definitely magic, and the armor that she is wearing is magical in nature as well.
Would say the necklace is giving a necrotic magic.
Although the necklace is giving me, as the youth would say, necrotic vibes. Whereas Time Stone is a dunamancy thing. I would be cautious if you're going to be reaching for any of that.
Why would my sister carry a magical artifact such as this? We don't dwell in the necrotic.
Well, necromancy can also be used to preserve one after death, instill a kind of temporary false life. Sounds far more nefarious than it is. There are certain preservative, or in a sense, rejuvenating effects to the necromancy school. It's not all nefarious, though we cannot be entirely sure of that in regards to this.
Is this something, Shay, that, like, is this kind of like, the mummies does that sound right for me? Like, hey, this is a normal burial thing for my people.
That doesn't sound normal to you.
Okay.
You guys don't typically, you don't typically keep bodies like this.
Okay.
It seems like she was particularly important.
Okay. So then, I'm like,
I hear what you're saying, but something is not right for me. There's more to the story, obviously, based on what's been relayed to these people here and their histories, and with my sister, there's more to indulge and dig deeper.
and I'm gonna try to. I'm not gonna like rip it off of the body. I'm not trying to break the neck here, but I'm gonna try to undo the necklace and take it off and retrieve it.
Okay. Yeah, as you reach down to like unclip the necklace, I need all three of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit, that's always
Whoops!
what's happened when you play with dead
I was
people.
about to say we should talk to Sariel about that.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Did you get one?
A natural one.
A
It
natural.
was
crit
it was on the edge of 19 and rolled the 1.
I was trying to say how close
It's
did
a
you
big
get?
2.
You did go
Oh my god.
Seriously?
1 and a 2.
I watched as it flopped over.
What'd you get?
I got a 21.
Wait.
So I'm
Men.
characters.
Yay!
Meanwhile, I'm out there like, you hit this sheet
Oh, I thought I heard
47
him
times
shaking
exactly.
it
Sorry, y'all.
I got 21, so woohoo!
He's getting more out.
Apparently, I'm really good with coffins, y'all.
Yeah.
At least you didn't grab like, just say I can do this on the line and be faster.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging back. You know what? I didn't put you in this situation, Levi. You did this to yourself.
Around.
Trying to help.
I apologize for. I should. Damn it.
I'm sorry for holding you back.
You try to get
And I almost
Sorry.
forgot to.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
What did you roll?
21.
And then I know you got a 1. What did you get?
2.
2.
So as you guys like, you watch this necklace sort of like pulsate for just a moment to give you a chance, and you watch Inari's Kitsune like dexterity kick in, and she instantly hits to the ground. You, Melicroft, and Levi, unfortunately, are not as quick, And as she ducks, you kind of look down, and you're hit with 39 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my god, are you dead?
Nope.
Okay.
I would have been out.
I would have been out too.
That's exactly my HP.
And
Sitting in 4.
and then the necklace suddenly fades. No more magical hue to it.
That's great. Thanks.
Without looking up from the necklace, Melicroft will reach up and place a hand on your shoulder and pump 15 hit points into you.
Thanks, buddy.
Ooh. Woo-hoo.
Ugh.
Yep, that was awesome. That was great. It was enjoyable. Thanks for being here for that. So I'm going to stand back up. Notice that you're all okay.
I'm glad you didn't die. Ready to try again?
Yeah.
And
what
I
were we trying again?
still
Let's
have
go.
Detect Magic up, so I'm assuming that, yeah, the aura's gone from it.
Well, whatever was going on with the. By the way, yeah, definitely the bad kind of necrotic. Yeah, it's gone now. So.
Does that mean they were putting that there to prevent people from tampering with the remains?
Very potentially.
Probably.
That being said,
I'm gonna grab it. Do I grab it? Does it attack again?
No.
Okay, cool.
No. It seemed like that had some sort of enchantment on it.
Alright.
But it's,
Is anybody able to I can't identify. Can you identify?
sweet.
There's a lot going on.
Player knowledge, she can. Melicroft can.
Okay.
Do what?
Identify.
Yes.
Okay.
I can.
I would like to remind you that this armor is definitely magical in some way as well. Though maybe we may ask High Priestess Sariel if she knows anything about the contraptions or machinations of the things that lie within the sarcophagus.
it's always a good way to go about it. I just wanted to confirm if I could trust them and see if what's being relayed to them is accurate, considering she doesn't seem to be quite aware of the truth. How could she know if what's properly in here if this has never been opened and if she was even around during the time of my sister's death?
Well, it sounds to me like you've been successfully martyred and are still alive to see the manifestations of that.
Anywho,
I'm gonna pocket the necklace.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Ray Robin.
You know what? It's my sister. Let me back up. And then I'm going to do the best that I can to put the lid and pieces back together on top.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, it's difficult because they now don't have that structural support of it being full stone.
It's just falling on
So
top.
they-
I didn't know if it was like, a corner, if it like broke right in the middle.
I mean, you guys like balance it together and try to put it on, and eventually you get it to where it stays and it's sort of holding up against its own weight. But it looks like
It looks like something.
a feather hitting it would topple it down.
I have access to some mortar down below that I might be able to bring up here and patch this together.
I'll just explain what happened.
I would definitely ask that you do that. Just exactly that.
Please.
Yes. All right, I'm going to let you lead as you did in the vision, which maybe we might mention to Sariel as well. I'm going to let you take the lead on just about anything here, considering the statue of your likeness in the middle of this place.
It's probably for the best. That being said,
So I'll just take one more look at, the room and, just have a moment to, like, compose myself and the realization of, like, my sister's gone and she's really dead and
You won't get answers.
I'm not,
Get to
I
stab
feel like
her.
I'm lost at this point. I'm just gonna, and then Nara's gonna take a breath.
I don't know what to do from here. What do you do from here?
Move on.
Well, I understand that that's not a quick process. I do believe it will probably help with your processing of your sister's passing to perhaps speak to Sariel on some of, if there's any texts or perhaps personal belongings of hers outside of this sarcophagus that you can take a look at, perhaps read through. There may be texts that people here can't even decipher that you could read. We should probably speak with her on your sister's story or anything like that. There's still much more to be gleaned here. Your sister's spirit is still very much alive, and it lives with you, even more so than it does in the memories of these people. There's still a lot more of her life we can yet honor by seeking more information about it.
That's true, but what if I really am the last of my kind? It's just me. I had hope here.
Well, as far as we know, that may be the case. However, until we've taken a look around and confirmed for certain that you are in fact the last of your kind, we do not know that as a given. And I would say don't lose hope just yet. I would encourage you to keep faith. You still have Aratok. You still have yourself. There may yet be a way to find more of your kind, your people. And just because your village was attacked doesn't mean that everyone was slaughtered. Everything that I've ever read in the text that I have basically mentions disappearance. Extinction is a catch-all term. We don't know.
Baby, I'm okay. Sorry.
He saw almost tears.
I know.
That was the point.
Okay.
You're right.
You persevere. Keep surviving. Whatever you have to do.
There's still hope.
Levi's right. The only way forward is forward.
Okay. All right. Well,
How are we doing?
And he's gonna step back from you.
I have a confession to make. Please come in.
Gonna hide behind Malcroft.
She walks in.
I mean, I'm not high. I'm taking a step away from the sarcophagus and kind of leaving.
Yeah, you.
I'm not abandoning her, but I'm gonna let her take the spotlight here.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Sorry.
Sariel.
I had notes, but
Hello, Sariel. I must be honest and come forth that in my denial of my sister's death and the inability to accept it, I took it upon myself to confirm her body. I needed to make myself accept that she really had passed. And so I opened the sarcophagus. Unfortunately, in that process, I guess I broke the top. And I do apologize, and we will fix it for you, but it was hard for me to.
Yeah, she's softly smiles as you say that, and she just sort of walks past you, puts her hand on it, and casts mending, and you just watch it just Alright,
Or
so
you will do it, apparently. I was trying to fix my own mistakes, but
there's no
thank you.
mistake. If I was in your position, I would, of course, want to make sure, as being that you're.
That was a good.
You're, being that you're,
Jesus saves, but you just did.
being in your position is quite precarious, being that, well, the whole world must be so different than when you were around. Where have you been? And why do you just now come back? And I know these may be difficult questions right now. If you're not prepared to answer, then maybe another time, but I'm incredibly curious.
I believe I do want to talk to you further in regards to everything that I've experienced, and I want to know everything that's been going on here and learn what's been occurring to the worshippers of Eratok for the last 600 years. But I think I need some processing. Is there anywhere for me and my companions to stay for the night here? If you can take, if not, we can come back.
During that entire spiel, if you look over at Melcroft, he's just giving you a thumbs up and like nodding, like healthy.
Good job. Good job.
Healthy.
Sorry. She's like, yeah, very good.
You're good.
He just like does not understand what this is. She's like,
I will give you my thumb.
We could put something together, I'm sure. We don't have a guest house, if you will, but I'm sure if you and your friends don't mind bunking up or sharing a floor, then there's a place for you, of course, with a roof, shelter. But sure, we can make something work.
Wonderful. I will discuss things further with my companions and come to a conclusion and get back to you. If that's all right.
Sure. She looks at the two of you. Now you boys look like you could be very helpful. Do you want to help?
I would love to help.
Perfect. And you too, of course.
I guess.
Follow me. And she leads you outside, and they are currently setting up sort of a long feast-style table across some of the outdoors area. She's like, if you big, strong men don't mind carrying some of the tables over and some of the chairs and setting up for tonight's festivities.
One whole table, just
anything you need.
Just gonna struggle on pulling one across the
Hey, he's got hat strength, okay?
Hat strength.
Reminds me of my grandmother. Please set the table.
Doesn't notice all y'all being put to work. Like,
Do you know they do 4 loads of laundry a day?
That's it. Gotten quite lackadaisy since I was last here.
well, not here, but you know.
Around. You know.
There's far less people.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna just kind of also trying to process, be like,
Anything you need from me?
I need information, but I understand it's sensitive. So at the moment, no.
Okay.
But we will be asking.
Okay.
Our faith depends on it.
Oh. Well, whatever information I can provide, I will gladly do. Do you have, for my sake, any records of the histories since I've been away, or of my sister?
This like an 80s portrait. He just like shimmers in from the top, just like
one of these.
Trying to drag this table.
I'm just
With
gonna,
my
I'm
number one
just in mid conversation, be like, Melcroft, I don't know what that means.
She says, well, of course. As High Priestess, I'm happy to share any information you have you may need to ask or have in question.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do each morning with our faithful sermons, but I'm happy to share with you. What questions do you have, dear?
Honestly, I would just like a full summary of what's been going on the last 600 years since I've been in my eternal slumber, to say the least.
Well,
A history book would be great. Or scroll.
we are protective of our histories, which is why we have this sanctuary. But what I can do is tell you a brief summary.
Someone's going potty, I think.
No, is he locked in the bedroom?
No, he was just eating over there.
And he walked that way, and it makes like
He's just
makes
scratching.
me think
I
he's
guarantee he's
scratching.
scratching at my door in my office.
I
He's
think
trying to
he-
get in. He
I
loves
think
to
it's-
open my closet.
Yeah.
I've heard that once before. I was like, I'm pretty sure I've heard that before.
He does
Yeah.
that sometimes.
To put it briefly, after the mountain village was overtaken, your sister, may she rest in peace, apparently was spoken to by Aratok. And Aratok told her to travel to the city, build sanctuary, and she will bless her with all of this. There were dozens of new followers that we had never seen. And they all came almost by influence. Like they were spoken to, just like Akari was. My ancestors being one of them. And they all came here, in this very spot. They built these walls. They have lived here ever since, under the protection of the militants, the crown. But we stay prepared. We're constantly training in case another uprising, religious and hateful people who want to see our people suffer cannot happen again. So we train. We become strong in mind and body, as we have not had a protector for many 100 years. We
Did
had
no
to
one else
protect ourselves.
escape?
Hmm?
Not a single other one of my people, none escaped but my sister.
That's what we were told.
By Akari.
She seemed to be the only survivor. The humans that attacked apparently slayed them all.
Did you ever discover who the humans were? They were just a group of bandits, or...
Well, they were absolutely bandits, treacherous people, disgusting, ill-hearted men, but they were civilized in their own way. They belonged to a family known as Teleri.
Does that trigger anything? Do I show you?
Not to you.
Okay.
But they're. We can't hold it against their ancestors for what they did. The Teleri people now aren't terrible, ruthless, killing bastards, but they had a sore spot in their own history. It's the most we know.
Okay. Did my sister ever mention anything about a dagger of hers?
I don't think it's appropriate to ask those sort of questions.
Why is that?
We all know the dagger of which you speak.
Mm-hmm.
It has been long since buried and forgotten.
Buried? You obviously have a statue of me here, and you're not going to provide me the information or which my sister's precious dagger, the history of what's going on in regards to it.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage because you're literally their savior.
Yeah, how you gonna go
Drop that shit. It's
information?
my sister's.
That's not appropriate. You don't tell me what's appropriate.
No.
Also, it was buried with me. It was buried in my bed.
You know, the table's so heavy, Levi, it's
She's
made
all
of black ironwood.
Their history is
Most
wrong.
dense piece of wood.
Their
in the
history is
history
wrong.
of the-
Ariel ain't got no idea what that thing was buried.
Jesus,
Well,
It's 88
find
pounds
out.
per square foot. Religious
fucking
people
lines
always
on
have the
tables?
heaviest good as shit.
I don't know if it's gonna work. 15.
Come here. And she brings you inside. She says, now listen. I mean this as respectfully and politely as I can possibly tell you. That dagger of which your sister had possession of for a minimal amount of time is a scar on the history of our people. That dagger was destructive, influential, and despicable.
Because
We don't talk about it. It's something's best left forgotten.
I think we do need to talk about it because that dagger was in my back.
I don't understand.
That's where I've been the last 600 years. It's with that dagger.
You have the dagger?
No, not anymore. It's been...
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, ma'am.
It's been
Yes, ma'am.
taken from my possession.
Recently.
Yes. Recently.
And when you say recent, do you mean the last
24 hours.
Oh my goodness.
It's not gonna work.
This is bad news.
That's why I'm inquiring of the specifics of this dagger.
We don't know. It's particularly frustrating because in all of the histories and all of the books, every story passed down through generations, the dagger comes into question without any relevant, important, distinguishable information besides do not talk about the dagger. Anytime we've ever asked, it's been just don't talk about it. So much so that we've been practiced that it's a source of great evil. We've been told that it can slay a god. Now, likely rumors, of course, but something so powerful shouldn't be in the hands of anyone.
Have you talked to Eratok?
Talked?
Or heard from her? Has she messaged you, spoken to you?
When that day happens, I will likely be called more than just a high priestess. I will likely elevate my status. But no one's spoken to Eratok. She has her influences, of course, but no one speaks with her.
Who is the highest in this community?
That would be me.
You. Are you the only high priest? Is there any priestess or high priestess? Is there any other high priests?
No.
You're it?
I am the top of the pyramid.
Okay. I'd like permission to have access to all of your records, if that's possible.
Of course. Nothing here is kept hidden necessarily. It's just
As a courtesy, of course, I've asked.
we have a few scrolls and handwritten history books. Like boring to read, if you ask me, but you can take a look.
Yes, please. If you don't mind leading me, I would like to spend my day in silence and absorb what information I can gather from them.
Sure. Yeah, she takes you back inside to that same like welcome room, as you called it.
Yeah.
And in a different corridor, not where your dead sister is, but in a different corridor, there's a. I don't want to call it a library because that sounds robust, but there's like a few
Archive
shelves.
room?
Yeah, there's like a few shelves of like more pristine pages and books and scrolls. There's the community itself doesn't really work in the written word that often, so they don't necessarily write too much down, and it's more word of mouth and passed down through storytelling.
It's the Shikaku reading nook.
But yeah, you're able to plop down and read.
I'll let them know, like, before, I really settle in, like, this is what I'm going to be doing, just to give them a heads up. And
Sure.
y'all do whatever y'all want to do.
Apparently we're doing what? We're doing laundry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm helping
Tell
Levi.
us
Help with your household chores.
So
It
all of
weighs
you
50
outside,
tons.
all of you outside, you hear like gasps, like, and like the buzz and excitement from the street and from inside the Masons' row. Everyone, like, you feel the buzz of excitement, and you all look up as you follow the eyesight of everyone else looking, and you see this like massive airship just floating in, and you get the idea that this is the Elder King, the first Elder.
Callan, I'm assuming that's
That's Grandpapa.
that's Grandpappy.
Grandpappy.
He likes to arrive in style.
I think I'm in my nook going,
To mimic me.
I don't know if anybody would understand. Should we warn him that maybe
How? How did he do that?
stabbed Callan's here with us? I don't know if they'll talk to him.
you'll talk about that when we'll be adjusted.
I don't really know if there's much to talk about.
Yeah. What do y'all do? Y'all say anything? Talk to anyone?
So what was inside the thing? I was doing laundry.
I almost died.
What?
I almost died.
It was so. Inari's sister Akari, her remains are located inside the room. Upon those remains was fastened a necklace. And as Malacross recounting this, you can tell his eyes are like flickering, and like some of the plates of his armor are like kind of shifting back into place. Like it just looks like a bird. His feathers are ruffled. All his plates are kind of discombobulated. Like, yeah, I could ascertain that it was necrotic, and I could feel that it was too. That necklace did a number on
So you tell me
Levi.
they put a trap on a dead body?
Yes.
That would appear to be the case.
So much for giving out to people.
Few words, lot of words. Few words, lot of words.
I believe Inari's in there
She's doing something else.
gathering what information she can. I don't know.
Is there anything of value other than just learning that it was her body?
Not that I heard. She's
Yeah.
processing the fact that her for sure that she knows that her sister is dead and not wandering around as we had thought. Didn't someone say that they thought they saw?
Well, I'm sure people.
But Shark doesn't know anything.
I'm sure it's a matter of like we saw a fox person, they saw the statue. It maybe just became a statue of a fox person. That's a
Now,
fox person.
I know Shark doesn't know anything, but I do know that Shark can tell the difference between a statue and a living person.
He
Maybe,
didn't
some
outright
people-
say
Yeah.
Well, I will say
that
for me, it's
he
the-
saw the kitsune. He said he saw something like. This is obviously something like.
There are
That
also
could be
maybe
true.
other kitsune people.
You guys
we just
hear-
have not seen them.
You all hear as you're discussing, you hear a crack and a boom, and you look up in this airship. You see smoke. And you see
I knew it!
What?
I knew it! I knew it!
That was fucking fast.
I knew it!
I'm assuming your grandfather wouldn't crash on purpose.
There's
fucking knew
cries.
it.
The city is weeping as they watch the ship
I fucking knew it.
fall, hit the water, and this purple and orange flame erupts from all around, and everyone in the city celebrating the Harvest Festival stands still, watching in silence. And then you just hear screams and weeping of the townspeople.
Hold on. He likes
And
to
that's
come
where we're gonna
inside.
Fucking knew it! The moment you said an airship, I was like, that's a time sensitive cutscene, and we're about to watch that motherfucker fall out of the sky. I knew it!
Oh my god.
Hayden!
And Ari's probably like, I wonder if fireworks are going off.
I was like, that's gonna fall from the sky. I guarantee he's gonna land in the damn lake or whatever.
Oh god.
I didn't think it happened that fast.
Yeah, I didn't think it happened that fast either.
I thought when you were first describing it, that's when it was gonna happen.
We're gonna hear the king
Yeah, or something like that.
No, we get to see the king die.
Oh
But we'll see how
my
it goes.
god. Well,
But he might survive it. I mean, he's not this weak.
or he wasn't on the ship.
That's
Yeah,
not
we
what
don't
we
know
see.
yet.
He's on the
He's
ship.
grandpa.
He is a weak dude. He's
You know, Air Force One, they put him in different
Honestly,
planes.
if you're smart
Maybe he's
enough,
not.
you don't show up on
guards
a big
and
ship.
stuff.
You show up
Yeah.
on a
We
A
know.
little
Yeah.
small.
You show up by yourself.
Yeah, you come by
Sure,
boat
do the
or
right
something like
line
that. Big grandstand for you.
Although my brain is like, doesn't have the right
what a way to end that.
That he would not travel.
That's it, guys.
Main course.
We'll see you in a few weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah, March 19th, right? And then
March
every other week from there.
Yeah.
The bastard didn't even give us to 5:30.